found a beautiful pass, and NC State extends their lead 4-0 over the 49ers. Banishevitz working down low into the corner, works around a man, shot, and he scores! Sam Banishevitz ties this one up. Here comes State, working into the zone. Pass across, Jimenez finds it, and he scores! Luis Jimenez puts the Pack up 2-0 over the Colonials. Into the corner, pass, Linsmeyer shoots, and he scores! NC State up 3-1. Banishevitz does it again to give NC State the lead.
Zach, the big game is finally here. It's the last game of the semester at State and UNC Chapel Hill here in PNC Arena. I don't think it gets much bigger than this. Tell me about how excited you are for this game. I know I'm excited. I know the players are excited. How are you feeling right now?
The minute I walked in the media entrance for the first time, I was like, this is the big deal. This is it. I know the guys out there, they've been waiting for this all season. This is the biggest opportunity for them to bring college hockey to North Carolina, and especially for us here as PackTV commentators. We are so excited to be here today, and it's going to be a fantastic game.
It's a huge game for countless number of reasons, and we can start with the ACCHL tournament. NC State is in great position right now, 4-1 in the ACC. There's 9 total games that go towards the standings. I've said that wrong all year. There's 9 games, not 7. NC State has won 4. They've lost 1 to Virginia. And so they've got 4 more games. One starting tonight, and then another one against Chapel Hill in the spring. And then Duke and Charlotte will also be played in the spring. So NC State can really solidify their standing for the ACCHL tournament. We don't know for sure that tonight would clinch it, but tonight and then 1 more win, 2 more wins would clinch the tournament for NC State. On the other side of the spectrum, Chapel Hill is essentially playing for their bid to the ACCHL tournament. They have to win out in essence in order to just hope to qualify, so they can't afford any slip-ups. So that being said, what do you think we need to see from these teams tonight, especially from Chapel Hill? NC State's the better team, but Chapel Hill's got a good defense. They've got a good goalie. So what are we going to look to see from them?
Chapel Hill's got to have a lot of offense tonight. What I've looked at from Chapel Hill before some games, I did some scouting. What I looked at is Chapel Hill has a very fast, aggressive jump. They like to get the game going right off the bat. NC State's a bit more cautious and conservative, so tonight Chapel Hill needs to play their system well. They need to get off the jump, off the bat, use their energy well, and NC State needs to match that tempo and get away from the cautious, conservative energy, kind of retaining that. They need to get out there. They need to do the best that they can. NC State, they need to get on the board first, and they really need to beat Chapel Hill here tonight.
I do agree that NC State needs to play from ahead in this game. They didn't do that last year, and the game came down to the final 3 or 4 minutes. One player to watch for the Tar Heels. Who is it?
Joey Bagalow. He has 9 goals and 10 assists on this season. This is his final game ever in his career. This is his first game as well of the semester. For a long time he had an injury. He's coming back. It's a big story. We talked to Drew Blevins before the game about it. They're all very excited over at the Tar Heel Hockey Network about this, and tonight it's all about him. They're going to try to get the puck to him. They're going to try to make sure that he gets in the action. This is going to be a big night for Joey.
Just to clarify, he has played this entire semester, but he missed last year due to injury. On the other side, we've got the Pack, and we know about Sam Banishevitz. 2 goals the other night, including the game tire with less than a minute left. 6 goals the game before that against Charlotte. So we know what he can do. Everybody knows what he can do, an All-American. We do actually want to talk about him for a second, though. I was thinking we'd just go talk about somebody else, but he isn't approaching a milestone. We're not exactly sure how many goals he has in his career. It's either 97. We say it's 97. He says it's 99. So either way, that's something to watch tonight. 100 goals in his career in the ACCHL. Incredible. Whether or not he gets it tonight, I mean, just what does something like that mean as an individual accomplishment?
It sets him apart from the competition. Sam Banishevitz is the legend of NC State hockey, and for him to get 100 goals in his career, and the season's not even done yet. You still got the tournament. You still got an entire month of January to go here, and he's already almost at 20 goals this season, 80 in his 100 in his career. He's doing an incredible job, and for him to set the milestone like that and be able to be the best player for NC State night in and night out is incredible.
I'll tell you what, if he gets off to a fast start tonight with a goal or maybe even two in the first period, I think it's going to be a good night for the Pack. Another player to watch, we saw some other guys step up last week against Wilmington. Who's a player you've got your eye on tonight?
You know, I'm going again with Andrew Kristoff and Hayden Dewey. I'm doing two guys tonight. Hayden Dewey had a beautiful interception the other night in Wilmington. Got a goal right there unassisted. Beautiful job of knowing his positioning on the ice. And Andrew Kristoff, the heroics in the shootout game, got the game winner. A hard-working goal from a hard-working guy tonight. I'm looking to him and looking to Hayden Dewey to be the best that he can possibly be.
Yeah, NC State doesn't win that game without those two guys. And if you missed it the other night, we were actually on the radio. We weren't able to cover the game. That was a thriller in a shootout. NC State won 5-4 after a 5-minute overtime. NC State led 3-2 going into the third period, and then Wilmington took the lead in the third with about 5 minutes left, I believe, and then Banishevitz tied it up with an empty net under a minute to go. It was an incredible game. We were happy to be there covering that one. But this one's even bigger. That wasn't a non-conference game. This is a divisional game. It's a conference game. It's your biggest rival. It's here in PNC Arena, 20,000 seats. There won't be 20,000 people here, but there'll be a lot of people. What are you expecting from this crowd tonight?
You know, I'm expecting a typical NC State crowd. They're loud, they're ambitious, they're ready to have some fun. UNC fans, they should be afraid. NC State gets pretty rowdy, but, you know, all the fans are excited to be here tonight, and, you know, it's going to be a fun environment for the players on the ice tonight.
I do think one thing I always notice watching NC State and UNC Chapel Hill games is pretty much every single time, no matter where the game is played, NC State fans are there and typically outnumbering UNC fans, even for games on UNC's campus. So I think that's something, I mean, we won't see anything different tonight. This will be a very big NC State crowd. You've got keys to the game. You've actually got a bonus key for us. So you've got 4 keys to the game. What are they?
So first key, of course, is match the tempo. Like I was talking about earlier, UNC has a kind of style of play where they like to get fast, get going right off the bat. They're very physical and aggressive. They're going to get that puck. They're going to attack you. NC State's a little bit slower. They got to make sure that they get out there and do the best they can and match that tempo and get fast. My second key to the game is let Sam take the wheel. Sam Banishevitz, of course, is the leader. You're going to want him to score tonight, but you need to let him also take the helm and be able to be the wheel and be the best player out there and lead NC State to victory. My third key, of course, is tighten up the D and finish off strong. NC State has had a problem with tightening up the defense. Tonight, they just got to finish off their defense strong, get a good game going, and finish out the semester. But my final key, my extra key, have fun. This is an amazing environment to be in the PNC Arena, home of the Carolina Hurricanes and NHL team. Huge exposure. Just have fun. Even if NC State doesn't have the best game in the world, they should still have fun playing it because this is a great opportunity for them and the Tar Heels tonight.
We'll see what happens. Last year, NC State won this one 3-1. We'll have puck drop coming up momentarily, but before the puck drops, we're actually going to show you our highlights from last year's game where NC State won 3-1.
Teams have lined up and get ready to witness history. It is the largest crowd to see a college hockey game in the state of North Carolina's long and illustrious history. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this one from PNC Arena. Away for Raditovic. Snap pass on the back door, bouncing puck into the slot. Carolina with a chance. The rebound is shoveled wide. Picks it up, and he is absolutely finished by Raditovic to the front. A one-timer, Haruso with an excellent kick save.
Good crowd for college hockey.
Face-off won by Carolina. A backhander kicked out the rebound. Calvin Stone with a kick save and a beauty. Right into the goal crease. Koeklenberg disrupted the play in front again. Hamill denied. An excellent defensive. UNC gets it out the center. Hamel behind his man. Breakaway in from the slot. He shoots one. He scores. A.J. Hamel puts it in, and Carolina has a 1-0 lead. Russo threw a shot. McDonald's into it, and now it all breaks loose. As he crosses the line, could be a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Shot onto Haruso. It's got it in the blocker. There is no rebound. They scored! No! It will not count. The whistle blew first. State setting it up. Banishevitz hanging on to it. Dekes around his man. Here he goes to the front. Scores! Sam Banishevitz ties the hockey game 1-1. And this place is beats his man. Tyler Alfonsetti around Oliveira. It's a 2-on-1 if he hurries. Shoots one. Haruso with the save. Shovels it back for Hudson. Davis Hudson trying to do it himself. Shoots one. Rebound. And it's covered up by Gabe Haruso. Now a chance for Carolina. Here's A.J. Hamill. Beats his man. Here's Hamill. Shoots one. Calvin Stone kicks it aside. Center. Hamel gets behind everybody. He's alone. Digging. Stone seals it off short side. Here comes Carolina. Raditovic across the blue line, dekes around his man. Here's a chance to the front, off the crossbar. He missed it. It didn't go in. Hit the crossbar, hit the goal crease. 2-on-2 in the opposite direction. Ryan Kinney splits the defense. Here's a chance, misses wide, and hard into the boards goes Ryan Kinney. Here's Kinney to the front of the net, shoots one off the crossbar. And cuts at the blue line, across the ice, chance here, shot off a Stone to the rebound. Calvin Stone kicks it aside. Jimenez sitting on top of the puck. Koeklenberg takes it ahead, and it's Banashevitz. One-on-one, cuts free. Banashevitz shooting one, scores! Sammy Banashevitz! Did you expect anything else? NC State 2-1. Sends it along, McDonald kicks it up and ahead. Olivero is absolutely smashed. 2-on-1 if they hurry. McDonald holding, shoots, scores! Jack McDonald! 3-1 Wolfpack, that might do it!
And they are just going crazy on the glass right there.
NC State is going to bleed the clock down. And in front of 6,000 people, the NC State Wolfpack have won the backyard brawl.
Welcome back to PNC Arena. Ethan Berry and Zach Selye. Zach, the festivities are getting started behind us. One of the festivities is actually going to be Governor Roy Cooper dropping the puck pregame, and then we're hoping that he's going to be able to join us. We're planning on having him up here with us for a few minutes at some point. We have no idea when that'll be, so it'll be a fun surprise. But, I mean, what are you looking forward to hearing about from the governor?
Well, the governor, the self-proclaimed biggest hockey fan in North Carolina, goes to a lot of the Hurricanes games. See him tweeting all the time about how much he loves the sport, loves the game. Can't wait to get his insight tonight, and it's just going to be a fun environment for him and for us tonight.
Yeah, you talk about the Canes. We're obviously in the Canes building. The Canes have been playing well recently, and obviously this is a big event, so it's a big time for hockey here in the state of North Carolina. It hasn't always been the biggest hockey state, but it's pretty big time right now in the state. A couple other changes that we actually have this year compared to last year's broadcast. This year we're on the opposite side, so we're going to actually be able to get the crowd in our camera feed, which is something we were unable to do last year. So last year you may have seen it on YouTube and thought, well, there's nobody here. Well, there was actually 6,000 people, but the cameras were on the same side as the fans, so you probably weren't able to see them. That's not going to be the case this year, so I think that'll be fun, especially for us and for the people at home getting to see the crowd as well. And one other thing, we're actually been able to use the Canes Vision cameras for tonight, so that'll be big for us as a station, PackTV. We're growing every year, and I think this is a huge event in that. And you're just a freshman. I've been here for a couple of years now, but seeing the program grow, seeing the company grow, I guess. Well, I mean, what does that mean to you as you've got a few more years here?
I'm excited to get started, with my journey here with PackTV and in general. You guys have been working for a long time, and the setup we have tonight's incredible. I'm feeling like I'm a professional right now, and it's an amazing experience, and it's a great way for myself to get involved in something I hope to do in the future. And, everything this program does is incredible for this team.
And it's a great experience for us, and obviously the hockey team helps us out a lot. We obviously want to give a big thank you to them. We've also got a ton of coverage here tonight. We've got the Canes Vision cameras, as I mentioned. We've got a sideline reporter, my man Brett Galt, is going to be out there. He's not a sideline. There's no sideline in hockey, but he's going to be out in the crowd. We're going to be going to him every now and then for some insight. We've got a show. We Were There is going to be filmed tonight. Megan Glova and Adam O'Byrick will be doing that for us. So this is a huge event for us, and obviously the game. So there's just a ton going on tonight. The Backyard Brawl, the Governor's Cup, ACCHL points on the line.
As well, next week, Monday, actually, we're going to hold another Over the Boards episode with Coach Gazzillo, and we'll talk about this game a lot during that. So be sure to be there, Moe's at 6 p.m. next Monday in Cameron Village. It's going to be a great night.
Just to clarify, that's the Moe's in Cameron Village, correct?
Right. Yes, okay. Cameron Village. My apologies.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure everybody gets that straight. We'd love to have you come on out there. Zach will be hosting. And it's great to get more insight into the team. And, I'm just looking forward to this game. Coach Gazzillo is obviously going to have a lot to say about it, and he'll have a lot to talk about the Wilmington game last week. So this is just a big event. Things are starting to get going behind us. But we've got Joey Hall in net for the Pack. What are you looking forward from him? He had a huge game last week against Wilmington. Wilmington scored 4 goals, but Joey was able to, he played well, and those goals were not his fault, at least 2 or 3 of them anyway. So what are you looking for from him? Because if Carolina has their way, this is going to be a defensive battle, so State's going to need a big night from Hall.
Yeah, Joey Hall's been rebounding well from that UVA loss, and he's been doing a great job of tracking the puck the other night against Wilmington. Like you said, the goals against him were not really his fault. He did well in the shootout as well. He's been doing well with tracking the puck, honing in that athletic style. Tonight, he really has to make sure he blocks out Joey Bagalow and the UNC Tar Heels. They can be potent if you give them a chance, but if you don't, they're an opponent that you can easily take advantage of.
Yeah, we talked to Coach Gazzillo after the game, actually before the game, in the second intermission. Sorry about that. And he talked about his defensive lapses from his defense, and they're going to look to clean that up tonight. And obviously, a couple defensemen back for the Pack tonight who weren't there on Saturday, I believe, or was it Friday or Saturday, whichever day it was. So what are those additions back to the Pack going to mean for the blue line?
Well, I think our defense is doing an incredible job, and we have a lot of new guys, Cam Mazikowski, Ellis Rushford. All those guys are really doing a great job of stepping into the lineup and really being good influences. So good defense sparks good offense wins games.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. Mazikowski and John Kochlenberg were not there, and Chris Wing wasn't there either, and he's obviously a great veteran presence for the Pack. He's been here for so long. This is his senior year. What do you think it means for the seniors to play in a game like this? You look at Chris Wing, Sam Banishevitz, Luis Jimenez, and some other guys. And what kind of game is this you get to play in as a senior?
This is like the final show of your senior year. If you're a theater major or anything like that, the fact they're able to play in this fantastic game, they're coming out right now behind us. Sam Banishevitz and all the seniors I know are having big feels right now. This is a tantalizing environment. This is their last game of this size, and this is going to be exciting. There might be one in January, but nonetheless, this is a home game for them. This is incredible. They're going to go through a lot of emotions tonight, I'm sure.
And you see team leaders like Jimenez and Banishevitz, every time out into the ice, they're giving guys high fives before they come out, just a little encouragement right before you play. You love to see that from your seniors, your best players, and that's what it takes to have a championship level team, and I think NC State has one of those this year. The bands are playing behind us. NC State has a larger contingent here for the band. So, I mean, do you think the band's going to have any impact on the game? They're not going to play too much, but I mean, do you see anything from the crowd noise, maybe the band, that will impact one team one way or the other?
Well, the thing is, when you look at NC State, when you go to football games, the basketball games, the band really gets them riled up. I know I get really pumped up when they start playing, the Wolfpack song and all those great, amazing additions to the band right there. And UNC, we'll see what happens, but the band will definitely get the fans going. So,
Chapel Hill's a good defensive team. We'll get back into a little more game analysis as we wait for this game to get started, as they're doing the starting lineups behind us. What are you seeing from Chapel Hill and net? Who do you think is going to be in there, and what can we expect from them?
Chapel Hill's goaltending this year, Haruso, he's been doing a very decent job tonight. He should be in the lineup tonight. We're watching the starting lineups right now, so we'll let you know as the game goes on. But Haruso's been doing great. I talked to Drew Blevins before the game from the Tar Heel Hockey Network. He said he's been doing okay. He might be getting the start tonight, so we'll see what happens with him. But it'll be definitely a goaltending battle between him and Joey Hall.
And I've said it a few times already. If State can get to him early, I think it's going to be a good night for the Pack. Last year was a close game. I mentioned that going into break. Last year was a great game, and Chapel Hill rode, I don't want to say the negativity of the crowd, but they were definitely the away team in terms of the crowd. And so if NC State can do that same thing but with a couple goals, Chapel Hill fed off that last year, but if they're playing from behind, I think it could be a different story. What do you think about that?
NC State's a really good team. If they had the lead, they can hold it. UNC, on the other hand, they are a little bit of a weaker team right now, and they're trying their best, but NC State is really good at taking advantage and capitalizing. So if they get the lead, if they get the opportunities, they will capitalize. UNC, on the other hand, they're not as strong of a team, so they will. If they get behind, it'll be more difficult for them to try to get back from that. But tonight, they really got to push the energy, push the tempo, get back at NC State, try to get a little bit of revenge from last season's game.
They also don't have the same amount of firepower as NC State does. And obviously, when one team has Sam Banishevitz, no team is going to be able to match that when you have guys like Luis Jimenez.
Guns out behind us as well.
Yeah, the Luis Jimenez and Will Bieberdorf and other guys like that. Mazikowski on the blue line has 7 goals this year. I mean, that's a huge offensive presence from the blue line. You think we'll see any offense from the blue line? NC State's got a very aggressive blue line. Do you think that could come back to bite him at all?
Ellis Rushford is scratching the surface. He's been trying really hard to get some points, get some goals. Cam Mazikowski, 7 goals, just announced over the PA. He's going to have a great season. He's going to have a great game. Offensive machine. He's going to get those goals that you need, but Ellis Rushford, he's going to be your most potent offensive defenseman because he can get into the dirty areas and get the shots.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have much else to say. It's a huge game. We've talked about the game as much as we can. Do you have anything else to add in?
I think it's just to get that hockey done. You know, as Chance the Rapper said it best in SNL, it's time to get this game started, and let's just have a great night tonight.
I mean, I definitely think that, you know, if one team gets affected negatively by the crowd, then I think that could, you know, hurt one team, whichever team that is. I don't really think that happened last year. I think both teams played really well. As we see, Roy Cooper is getting introduced behind us. Ceremonial puck drop. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely, and for the biggest hockey fan in North Carolina, I'm sure he's excited. His family's excited. He's taking in this moment. He couldn't stop talking about it on Twitter today. I was seeing it today. He's very excited about this.
I mean, this is, you talk about how big of an event it is and growing the hockey community here. The Hurricanes were in danger of moving, I believe, at one point. Are they still in danger of that?
Not right now. According to some sources, Chuck Greenberg is going through with the sale over Peter Carmanos right now. So his mission right now is to try to get fans back in the stadium, which I believe is super crucial and super important. And if the sale goes through and Peter Carmanos allows the team to go towards Greenberg, I think that we'll have a better ownership stability here.
And I mean, a game like this doesn't hurt at all. And obviously you're looking to potentially get another sports franchise in here. Maybe even in the Raleigh area, but definitely in the state of North Carolina. You look at maybe a baseball team, Major League Baseball team, and obviously soccer is, I believe they're making that decision soon. But we'll see what happens. Either way, you know, an event like this can only help grow hockey and sports in general in this area. And obviously, you've got the 3 colleges in this area. So that'll be huge for us.
Right now we're actually presenting the colors behind us, so we're going to turn and show us back.
We're going to take a break for the anthem.
Getting set for puck drop here, PNC Arena. The Wolfpack and the Tar Heels. Zach, we just heard the national anthem. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of state fans here. I didn't expect anything else, especially seeing it last year and knowing the NC State fan base. I mean, I knew that it was definitely going to be a pro NC State crowd.
Yeah, definitely. It's a huge environment right now, and it's definitely just exciting to watch and see all the fans here tonight. It's going to be a great crowd, and it's going to be just a great night to play. And we'll see what happens as time goes on as puck is ready to drop.
Getting set here, looks like Cam Mazikowski and Davis Hudson are going to be the blue line to go with State's top line, Banishevitz, Jimenez, and Todd as Chapel Hill works in the neutral zone here. I think it's notable that Davis Hudson is getting the start in this game. He played excellent the other night. Do you think this is a reward from Coach Gazzillo
Absolutely.
for playing so well?
Coach Gazzillo is very big about rewards. There's a tip out of front there by Banishevitz. But, yeah, Davis Hudson played great, and Coach Gazzillo loves to make sure that his players are rewarded well for their good play, and this is one of those nights where you're going to see that.
Mazikowski dumps that one in, so Chapel Hill's going to look to set it up. They're a defensive team, as we talked about in the pregame. So NC State's going to struggle to find some offensive opportunities, but if they can get them early, then it'll be a good day for the Pack here. The Heels in the zone.
Banishevitz takes that one away. A little bit of a threat there from the heels. Long pass. He finds Jimenez. 2-on-1 with Hudson. Passes blocked into the corner. Jimenez gets hit in the corner. Alfonsetti comes out of there with it. Centering pass. Nobody's there. Believe he was looking for Bieberdorf. Pass got deflected, and Chapel Hill will head the other way. They lose it in the neutral zone. Here come the Pack now. There's Will Bieberdorf. Good to see him back in the lineup again. We've seen him recently.
He's been playing great too.
But it's good to see a guy like that come back, and he's struggled with injuries for the last 2 years now, and it's just great to see him on the ice and be able to stay out on the ice, and he's a huge player for the Pack.
Absolutely.
Stayed in the neutral zone now as the crowd gets fired up. I'd say there's probably 4,000 or 5,000 people here already. Last year people were filtering in for the entire first period, so we'll see if that happens again. Battle along the boards now. NC State will take it back out in the neutral zone. There's Ian O'Rourke working with Ellis Rushford.
Yeah, Chapel Hill's defense is really interesting right now. Oh, wait.
Here's Kristoff, centering pass, finds Alfonsetti, blocked. Good save there from Haruso, the Chapel Hill goalie. We mentioned him in the pregame. He's going to be key for the Heels tonight, obviously. The goalie's always a key, but Alfonsetti finds Rushford. That shot goes wide. Rebound off the boards, nobody there for the Pack. Chris Wing out there with Rushford. Here come the Heels into the zone, 3-on-2 if they want it. Shot goes wide. Hall may have gotten a stick on it. Heels dump it back in. There's Chris Wing. He'll look to set things up. He finds Linsmeyer. Linsmeyer played defense the other night. Here comes Ryan Hayden Dewey, and he scored! NC State off to an early 1-0 lead. Hayden Dewey puts it in the back of the net.
UNC Chapel Hill had a little bit of a weak defensive setup right there. They were pressuring the strong side of the puck, left the weak side wide open right there. NC State took advantage. Hayden Dewey, one of the guys that I've been watching the past few games. Beautiful shot right there, just beat Haruso short side. Unbelievable shot. Here's the replay. Yeah, what an unbelievable shot from Hayden Dewey, from a hard-working guy. Simple wrister, 1-0 NC State.
That's not what you wanted to happen if you're the Tar Heels. I'll go ahead and tell you right now, that wasn't even it didn't seem to be a difficult save. Maybe it got tipped. It didn't look like it. Here come the Heels the other way. Shot goes high. That was Joe Baglio, your guy to watch, and Heels' best offensive player. He shot that one high. NC State back in the zone to get it. That's Chris Wing, but early start for NC State. That's exactly what they needed. They didn't get it last year. This is going to be icing. But huge start, and looked to me like Caruso should have had that one.
Yeah, he should have right there, but that was just a better shot there by Hayden Dewey. And look at it. Look at the assists right there. You know, Hayden Dewey got assists both from Ryan Linsmeyer alongside Chris Wing, two guys. It was just a beautiful shot. They're showing the replay again here. Just look at that shot.
I think it did get deflected.
It leaked through, actually, through Haruso. Yeah, that was the save he should have had.
It looked like it was maybe deflected off the defender's stick, but either way, good start for the Pack here. Up 1-0. Chapel Hill wins the face-off. They'll take it, fire wide. State will take it. That's Davis Hudson. He fires long. Haruso will stop it and cover it up. Good hustle from Trevor Linsmeyer to force the face-off. Ryan Linsmeyer, excuse me.
Yeah, one thing I want to point out real quick, the tempo here is what we wanted to see from NC State. They have the advantage of having more of the rush. UNC tonight's looking a little bit off. This is a big game for them, and they're not having the kind of energy I saw in previous games that they played. So they got to step up the energy if they want to compete with NC State for this very important Governor's Cup.
Chapel Hill wins the face-off. Struggle to get it out of the zone there. There's Nick Keith working in the corner. He finds Peter Kelly. He'll look at flip it ahead, excuse me. There's John Kochlenberg. Didn't see him the other night. State was missing 3 of their top defensemen, Mazikowski, Kochlenberg, Chris Wing. Turnover there. Eric Johnson gets it. Pass in front, nobody there. And the net comes off its bearings.
Will there be a penalty on that play?
Yeah, there is. The official had his hand raised. I think it's going to be
either holding
on the heels. Yep.
Either holding.
That's going to be Justin Maggin. So State's going to get on the power play first.
Yeah, either holding interference on that call. That was a bad penalty. As you saw, Matt Costigan went flying into the net right there. neck him up. That's Ian Hutchison in the box, by the way. He's one of the backup goaltenders for NC State. Played a great game against Duke a while back, and that really showed what he could do as the faceoff just won by NC State.
Here come the Pack. They'll set things up. There's Mazikowski. He'll find Hudson. Mazikowski's got a huge shot. He'll find Jimenez. Across, looking for Banashevitz. You always got to keep an eye on those two. Nice play there. That was Jonah Graffius to get it out of the zone. And we've got another whistle.
Power play and special teams. We talked about this, Ethan, for a long time now. NC State special teams have not been capitalizing well as of late. This game can't be, and this game needs to be different. They need to capitalize against UNC tonight because they can really do a job if they can do that.
Offsides again. Tell you what, this is a huge power play. You know, 15 minutes to go in the first period. I didn't know I'd be saying that, but 15 minutes to go, and Chapel Hill needs this kill. And they really can't fall behind 2-0. State's got their top line out there looking for the early lead. And obviously we talked about Chapel Hill is not the best offensive team, so that makes it all the more important that they can't be playing from behind. Banashevitz sends it behind to Jimenez. He'll send it back down low. Banashevitz back up top. Jimenez fires across. Hudson. He'll set things up over in the corner. He'll fire. It's blocked. Banashevitz gets there. Sends it back out. Hudson. He manages to keep it in. Across there's Jimenez. He'll kick it to his stick. Across Banashevitz. Centering pass, and Todd tipped it wide. Excellent pass there from Sam Banashevitz. Todd just tipped it a tad wide. Otherwise, it's 2-0 NC State. Mazikowski back. Hudson, his shot. Kicked aside by Haruso. Banashevitz there again. I actually don't see a power play clock on the scoreboard, so Banashevitz fires. There's a whistle. So I'm not exactly sure how much time is left on the power play.
Nonetheless, NC State's power play tonight again. This is some simple frustration that a lot of the team is having right now. As we've been saying in several broadcasts, NC State has not been taking the first shot until very late in the power play, and it's costing them dearly because they're lacking the momentum going into this. And this is a big power play. This can really set the game, and they haven't capitalized, and they haven't gotten a shot up. They got one, but it was too late in the power play.
Fans still filtering around. They've started to fill the end behind the Chapel Hill goal, pass in front. It goes all the way around. There's Bieberdorf. We talked about him in the pregame. He'll find O'Rourke. Looking behind that, I believe I found the penalty clock as O'Rourke tried to stuff it in there, and he was unable to do so. If it's correct, State's got 13 seconds to go.
That was a beautiful move there by O'Rourke. Tried to get in right there. Just couldn't get the wraparound, but that was still a great play. Saw Haruso came out, got the fake. That was just great.
That's going to be an offsides. 1 second left on the power play, so State's going to be 0 for 1 on the power play. And big kill from the Heels here early.
Yeah, that'll set some momentum going forward for them. That might get the pep back in their set that they need. But I want to take a quick talk about Ellis Rushford over there. You know, he's getting situated at the blue line, and he's the kind of guy who has a bit of an edge. He's a great player, a lot of skill. He's really talented, and he can really provide an offensive punch for the team tonight, like we talked about in the pregame.
Out of the box. I believe that was Justin Magan. I said that earlier. Big hit there. Peter Kelly knocked down Hayden Dewey, the first goal scorer of the game. Big hit from the Heels. Now they've got the puck in front of the net. Bouncing around there. Fires back out. Pass shot blocked in front. Hauls out of the net. State gets to it first. The Heels take it away. Pass back out. There's Linsmeyer playing defense. Heels keep it in. Pass in front. And Rushford takes it away. Good defense there from your guy, Ellis Rushford. He gets knocked into the boards. Heels come the other way. 3-on-3. Good defense from the Pack. Nice hit there. That was Andrew Kristoff, one of the harder working guys. Is one of your favorite players. Now we've got a takedown over there and a whistle. Not going to be any extracurricular activity.
I know some of the fans here wish there
but
was.
Linsmeyer's going to take a seat, yeah.
Yeah, but there was a little bit of situation. We're watching the replay here. I'm not sure what that call was on, to be honest with you. Looks like number 2 right there for UNC, Nick Keith, fell on top of him.
Yeah.
but Lensmeyer will take a seat nonetheless. But this is a defining moment for NC State. There's very few of them, but right now this is one of them. They need to kill this off right here, or else NC State could be in trouble momentum-wise.
Heels late getting their 5th guy out there.
This is actually pretty funny. Ryan Lensmeyer, number 13, takes a seat at 13-13. That is actually very funny and ironic.
So the Heels will look to set up the power play to even this one up. There's Joe Baglio behind the net, as we mentioned. His last game, probably their best player. Centering pass across, doesn't get through. Heels will take over in the corner. NC State's penalty kill has been better in years past, but obviously got potential. And the Heels let it out of the zone. That's a crucial mistake. 1:20 to go. That was number 3. We actually don't have a number 3.
UNC's power play right now is looking pretty effective, but NC State's penalty kill is looking more effective. They're using a bit of a box and a diamond formation. They're blocking off UNC pretty well.
State takes it over. And they'll get it out to the neutral zone, no further. Here come the Heels. Pass in front. They'll look to set it up. 56 seconds. Shot. And Hall makes the save. Our guy Brett Galt standing by. Brett, who are you with?
Josh, this is your first time coming to this event here. How are you liking the environment so far here?
Well, it's a great atmosphere so far. Already up 1-0. I mean, it doesn't look like UNC stands a chance. Pro Wolfpack here. It's looking like it's going to be a good game, man.
Like you said, the Packs are at 1-0. What's your final score for this game?
That's easy, man. Pack by 90 all the way.
Thank you, Brett. Heels trying to set up the power play, and they score. Quick shot. Couldn't, I believe that was number 14. They don't have a number 14. But the Heels are tie this one up on the power play. Power play is the great equalizer, and the Heels got one there.
UNC capitalizing their special teams well. Let's take a look at the replay here. What a nice pass right there from the face-off circle. Beats Joey Hall on that glove side. It's been strong this year, but faltered right there. It is 1-1 now, tied up. Joey Hall got a piece of that, actually deflected that. That's a heartbreaker for NC State.
Long pass, Eric Johnston. He'll work into the corner, look to set things up. That's exactly what they needed. If NC State had scored the next goal, I'm not going to sit here and tell you the game would have been over, but I don't think you could have gotten off to a worse start if you're the Heels. There's a long shot. Kicked aside by Haruso. Heels will come the other way, 1-on-4. State makes the defensive play. That was Eric Johnston. Opportunity here, Matt Costigan. He'll work in, he dumps it in, now it's behind the net. Turnover here, Mazikowski will get to it first and dump it back in. State in the midst of a change, otherwise they could have had a better opportunity, so the Heels will take over. Todd blocks, I believe it was a pass. Banashevitz is out there joining him. Now Jimenez is out there as well. State's going to look to respond with their top group. Big shot, deflected, shot again, stuffed. Heels are throwing. The puck is loose. That's Banashevitz. And out Alexei Kamunov. I guess you can now throw punches. I'm not really sure. That didn't seem legal. But it's an icing, and it was clear that he was going after Banashevitz.
Yeah, let's see what happened there. The initial shot made the stop.
Maybe Banashevitz.
Oh, yeah, he threw the first punch. It looked to be Alexei Kumanov who threw the first punch, and Banashevitz got him all riled up there. No penalties will be called, but that was a sticky situation right there.
Not the cleanest play. Banashevitz fires and it's blocked. I'll tell you what though, knowing Sam, I don't think that's a guy who you really want to fire up like that. We'll see how it goes from. There's a big hit from Ellis Rushford.
That will be a penalty right there.
State's going to look to touch up. Hall uses his stick to get it out of there. Heels fire, blocked by Hall. State still can't get to it. They send it in. And I believe that was Rushford couldn't get a stick on it. State's going to try to touch up. They finally do.
Yeah, that's going to be a really bad penalty at this point for State. 10 minutes in, both teams got a goal right now. Momentum is going to be really crucial here as Ellis Rushford will go and take a seat. Not sure for how long. That was a pretty big hit right there. It could be 2, it could be 4. Looks like it won't be a 5. He's not being ejected. But nonetheless, that's not a penalty Ellis Rushford wants to be taking right now. Penalty kill so far for NC State, not good, 0 for 1. There's no guarantee they'll kill this off, but they need to if they have any hopes of keeping their momentum through this game.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say that wasn't a penalty, but I'm not sure how the punches thrown on the other end weren't a penalty. Heels dump it into the zone. Their second power play. As he mentioned, they scored on the first one. Number 14, they don't have a number 14. Heels keep it in the zone, looking to go 2 for 2. Power play is the great equalizer, as I mentioned.
Bogdash has it.
Joey Hall covers up in front of the net.
Yeah, a little bit.
We have his last name. We don't know his first name. It's Bogdash.
Sorry about the confusion. Like, we just found out about that before the game. Apparently one of their jerseys got torn up as well.
So not sure what his first name is. Bogdash got the first goal for the Heels. And State will look to kill this penalty off. 1:25 to go. They changed up where they put the penalty clock, so it's quite confusing, but we believe 1:22 to go on the penalty.
Look at the fans, Ethan. Unbelievable fan coverage here. They're screaming at each other right now. This is a big environment. They're doing the Wolfpack chant.
I'd say there might be 10% Tar Heel fans. At least wearing blue. Puck out in front. State will clear that one down.
Team President Chris Wing wanting more reliable second pair defenseman. Unbelievable play right there to start killing this penalty. You need that on this team. You need that momentum going forward.
Here come the Heels. There's Andrew Kristoff. Good hit there, and State sends it all the way back down. Under a minute to go on the penalty.
We got to talk about Andrew Kristoff here really fast. Got the game winner the other night in the shootout. Again on the penalty kill and with the nice clear. I'm telling you right now, he's a guy you just want to have in your team no matter who you are, no matter where you are. That kind of style that he plays is just incredible.
Mazikowski battling in the corner. Nice poke check. State can't get it out. 30 seconds to go on the power play. 8:20 to go in the first period. All tied up at 1. There's Mazikowski. He kicks it to a stick, and he'll look to clear it. And he backhands it all the way down. Not quite all the way down, but into the Heels defensive zone. 19 seconds to go on the power play.
Coach Gazzillo really talked a lot about corner battles over on the weekend, as I can see right now. Compared to what we saw against Wilmington, they are winning these corner battles, and they're making sure that they get the puck out of play. They're doing a great job at these. So props to the coaching staff for talking to these players about how important these corner battles are.
Rushford's out of the box, so we're back to 5-on-5. Here come the Heels. We'll see if they can make anything of it. Another big hit from Rushford. They're not going to call that one. State looks to take over. They can't. Rushford there again. He sends it all the way back around. State gets it out of the zone. Here comes Linsmeyer. He's got an opportunity. Let's see if he can do anything with it. He loses the puck, and the goal comes off its bearings. I think that was a pass for Linsmeyer, and it was a tad too far. He was too close to the goal line, I should say.
Yeah, a little bit too far. Net came off the moorings there. Great speed from Linsmeyer, but more speed from the puck. But honestly, right now, when you look at NC State, they killed the penalty. Very important. 5-on-5. They're now back at the UNC end. They got to make sure they keep up this game, and it's getting aggressive now, so this is going to get interesting.
Bieberdorf wins the faceoff. State keeps it in momentarily. There's Trevor Merchant in the corner. Heels get it out eventually. There's Rushford again. Finds Bieberdorf. Bieberdorf's probably State's biggest forward, as Joey Hall's going to come out to play that one.
Yeah, Will Bieberdorf is absolutely massive, and you want size on this team. NC State relies on its short and speedy players more than its big and physical players. So you always want to have a big forward like Will Bieberdorf.
Battle in the neutral zone. Alfonsetti is there. He gets tangled up. Ben Millar from the heels right there as well. This puck is back into the defensive zone. Long pass ahead. Chris Wing takes it. Heels intercept the outlet pass. Shot knocked down by Hall. He clears, deflected. Nice hit there, Chris Wing. Behind the net, Hall hits it with his stick. Heels try to gain control. Now it's in the corner. Nice hit from Ellis Rushford. He's playing physical. Did get called for a penalty. But off to a physical start for one of your favorite players.
I never expected Ellis Rushford for the guy to get physical. I expected a guy like John Coghlanberg to get things started, but he's doing a great job at it.
Here come the Heels. Working behind the net, and they lost the puck. Hall was out of the net. But we'll see who that was, but he couldn't keep the puck on his stick. I believe that was Ben Millar, and he missed an opportunity. So State dodges a bullet there. We'll stay tied at 1. 5:35 to go. There's a shot deflected. Hudson back for the Pack. He'll find Banashevitz. His backhand pass across. He'll find Jimenez. 3-on-2 for the Pack if they hurry. There's Luis working behind the net. He'll take a penalty and look to continue the play. Pass back out. Mazikowski across Banashevitz. Back to Hudson. 8th man is out. Kristoff. They were looking for Kristoff, but it was intercepted, and State will go on their power play.
That passing play was just incredible. A little bit of a tic-tac-toe situation right now. NC State is really working on their games before the play started right there, but they got the pass to Mazikowski. Almost got the shot there. Couldn't do it. It was just an incredible passing play. This team has improved so much since the beginning of the season with their crisp, clean passes and effort. I can't say enough about this team and how much they've grown since the beginning of this season.
I believe that's Nick Keith taking a seat. So State's on the man advantage. They'll put their top line out there and try to get off to a, not off to a good start. They did get off to a good start and then gave up a power play goal. Heels win the faceoff. Can't get it out. Hudson keeps it in. Down low, there's Todd. He'll look for a pass. Gets it back to Jimenez. Up top, Hudson. Pass across. Back to Hudson. Hudson gives it to Jimenez. Jimenez shoots. And it's blocked aside. Mazikowski gets it. He'll find Todd. Banashevitz in front of the net. Todd gets pinned. He'll get it back to Mazikowski. Banashevitz will find it. He'll fire. Kicked aside. Same spot where he scored the game tire against Wilmington there. Back in the middle, Banashevitz. He'll find Hudson. Back to Banashevitz. He whiffs on the slap shot. Mazikowski fires and glove save from Haruso. 1:14 to go.
You look at Haruso's stats for this season, and right now, I can tell you they're not up to par with what the team wants it to be. But you can't deny that he's been able to track the puck well tonight. 411 goals against average and a save percentage of a .904 according to the ACHA website. Not a good season by any means, but he's tracking the puck exceptionally well tonight.
State wins the faceoff. There's Bieberdorf. He'll get it back to the blue line. Coghlanberg across Hudson. Actually, that may have been Mazikowski. Hudson gets it to Alfonsetti. Back to Hudson. Across Mazikowski. Back to Hudson. Hudson fires. Shot blocked. Heels will get it. State manages to keep it in the zone. Here's Will Bieberdorf. He'll back out. Heels block it on the power play. As State finishes out their power play, we're actually thrilled to be joined by the Governor of North Carolina, Roy Cooper. Governor Cooper, how are you doing today?
Guys, I'm glad to be up here with you. It's a good hockey game.
It is a good game.
Hockey game.
We're thrilled to have you out here.
I'm glad to be here.
We know you're a huge hockey fan.
I am indeed.
What kind of event is this for the hockey community?
Oh, look, hockey is a big sport in North Carolina now, and it's not just a lot of fun. It's good for our economy in our state. Very positive. I don't want to stop you from doing play-by-play. I'll stay up here and talk with you guys.
Well, we'll see if anything interesting happens while you're up here with us.
Well, you know, the Heels have had a couple of good penalty kills,
and they got that power play goal to tie it up.
Power play goal.
I think they're going to take another penalty here.
Yeah.
That was a big hit on what looks to be Tyler Alfanzetti down there, number 17 for the NC State Ice Pack. But Governor Cooper, it's a pleasure to have you here.
I'm delighted to have.
Have you been following the Ice Pack this year at all?
No, I haven't, but I'm a big Canes fan, and was here at the game last night, in fact. The Canes are right there on the doorstep of a wild card and tightly bunched Metropolitan. Looks good.
Absolutely,
right
Governor
now.
Cooper, and I can tell you right now, the Ice Pack have been playing great this season. You're in for the absolutely outstanding matchup tonight.
You know, they are big and strong, and that was a good goal, the 5-hole goal. A little bit of a slip through there, but if you keep putting it on the net,
there you go.
It'll go in.
Yep. You talk about having the Canes here, and you talk about the economy, but what do you think it means to the local community, the state, and especially Raleigh? You know, to have, if the Canes can get back to being a perennial playoff team, what does that do for Raleigh and the state as a whole?
It means a lot because you have a lot of kids now who are playing hockey who never really knew much about hockey here in North Carolina. And it's not just people who've moved to our state, but native North Carolinians. I grew up in eastern North Carolina, knew nothing about hockey. And, well, a little shorty there. No.
Paul makes the save.
But I kid people and tell them I developed my love of hockey on the farm ponds of eastern North Carolina, and then they look at me quizzically and say, it's a joke, guys. Went to my first hockey game in '01, actually, and fell in love ever since.
It's a great sport, and the Canes have obviously been successful, winning the Cup almost 10 years ago, and then a great playoff run in 2009 and another one in 2002. Here comes Jimenez on the break. He fires wide. State keeps it in the zone. They'll look to set up the power play.
Here we go.
Here's Jimenez again across. Great save, Gabe Haruso. Ian O'Rourke on the doorstep, and the Heels keep it tied at 1, excuse me.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play right there by Ian O'Rourke. What a pass from Jimenez just over to the far side. Haruso made it across. Great pump save right there by Haruso.
Yeah, and you talk about having the Canes, Governor Cooper. I mean, is adding, obviously you've got the soccer team, but is adding another professional sports team, maybe a baseball team in the MLB, is that something that you'd like to add in the future?
Oh, I think obviously you want to have major league sports, professional sports in North Carolina. It's a big money deal, and it helps quality of life, it helps economic development, and just a lot of fun. I mean, North Carolina has been spread out over the years, and been harder to get a Major League Baseball team. Charlotte obviously has been looking at it, as well as Greensboro. Greensboro at one point was very close to it, but a referendum on a stadium failed in a vote of the people in Guilford County. But I think it'll happen at some point. I mean, we're growing every year in North Carolina by the equivalent of the city of High Point, over 100,000 people a year. We're a destination state. We're a place to be. And so sports will be a part of our growth. I feel pretty confident.
And this area is a huge part of that growth with Raleigh-Durham and the Research Triangle Park, and then obviously the 3 big universities.
No doubt about it. Our talent. Oh,
Mazikowski fires, blocked in front. Power play is over, so we're back to 5-on-5 as the Heels look to have an opportunity. There's Hudson on defense for the Pack. Big hit.
So, Governor Cooper, how excited are you tonight to hand out the cup after this game?
I'm looking forward to it. I really am, and enjoyed dropping the puck. It was interesting that I got out there to drop the ceremonial puck, and we didn't have a puck. But hey, we got one.
As long as we get one eventually.
Got the ref to get one over there for us.
It's the first annual Governor's Cup, so hope to have it in years to come, and you'll be.
I'm honored that that's what they're going to call it, and I think that's fantastic. And look forward to coming back too, and maybe seeing some more games, not just the backyard brawl, but other ACC games.
Yeah, Duke and UNC Chapel Hill, I believe, have played here as well, and you know, it's great to have this event here grow college hockey. Obviously, you've got college sports as a whole, but especially even at the club level, it'll be great to grow that sport. Governor Cooper, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
At the end of the first period, NC State and UNC Chapel Hill tied at 1. We'll be back in the first intermission to talk about what happened in the first period. Governor Cooper, excuse me, thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.
Ethan Berry back here in PNC Arena. Governor Roy Cooper joining us here in the first intermission. We've talked about how big of a hockey fan you are. You said you actually had a story about us with your daughter and a hockey story?
Yeah, Dave, the Canes were making a playoff run. I can't remember exactly what year it was, but my daughter, who was about this tall at the time, said, I want to make a sign. And I said, great. She comes out with the sign, and it says, "Ref, you suck." And I say, but Natalie, you can't do that. And she said, well, they say it during the game, Dad. And I said, yes. And this is one of my better parenting moments. I said, how about, let's talk about the act, not the person. How about bad call? She said, okay. And she goes back, she makes a sign that says bad call. We get to the game, the third period, penalty on Brad Hadigan, horrible call. The stands just in an uproar. All of a sudden on the Jumbotron is my daughter with the bad call poster that got the crowd turned to cheers, and Dad was really happy that it didn't say "Ref, you suck." So that's one of my many hockey stories.
Yeah, that's great to hear. I mean, sometimes, you know, they make a call that influences a game, but, you know, hopefully we don't see that tonight.
Well, you know, the good thing about hockey here in North Carolina is that it's a great family sport, and you see so many kids here and so many families. I love all kinds of sports, but that was the sport that I could get my kids to go to more than any, was hockey.
And I think one of the best things about hockey is you know how long it's going to be. It's going to be a 2.5-hour game, and it's not too long. It's not going to be too late. With football, basketball, you never know what's going to happen. You could be there all night.
There, you don't. And hockey is just a great action sport, and the kind of entertainment they make here is great. And the club hockey, this has been a fantastic hockey game tonight. I've been really impressed with the caliber, with the penalty killing of the Tar Heels, a great goal of the Pack early in the game. It's going to be a chippy game, and we'll see what kind of condition these guys are in at the end of the day.
It is, and it was a great game last year too. So hopefully we see a game that was half as good as last year when State scored with 5 minutes left. Governor Cooper, thank you for joining us here on PackTV. That'll do it for us here. First intermission. Zach will be joining me here momentarily on PackTV.
Attention all virtual reality junkies. Your dreamland opens this weekend in Cary Town Center. VR Junkies takes the classic arcade to a whole new level, providing an experience like no other. Play tournaments on local and national levels. Plenty of games to choose from for all ages. You can walk in or reserve your spot online at vrjunkies.com/Raleigh. Now booking birthday, holiday, and corporate team building parties. Join us for grand opening specials all weekend. See you at VR Junkies in Cary Town Center.
Excuse me, we saw that commercial with Sam Banishevitz on there earlier, and his bright red hair. And talk about what we saw from Sam in the first period. A little physicality there. Not exactly sure how it wasn't a penalty on the Heels for initiating that contact. But the Heels were able to keep Banishevitz in check. That top line, by my count, only got one great opportunity, and that was the Jimenez shot on the power play. What's State going to need to do to get those guys going?
They need the tempo, again, like I said before the game. You know, tonight so far it's been pretty evenly matched. State has a little bit of an edge, but right now to get those guys going, besides Luis and Sam, you got to have the tempo. You got to let Sam lead. You got to let Luis lead, and they've been contained fairly well. So you got to get them the puck, and once they start to get goals, the rest of the team will start to get goals, and it's promising as well. Hayden Dewey got a goal, and that's exceptional to watch because you see these guys who are not going to be your top line guys getting goals again. This is Hayden Dewey's third in 3 games. This is incredible what I'm seeing from him.
And we've talked about it time and time again. If you're going to get those goals from the second and third line, if you're NC State, it's going to be a good season. So NC State's off to a good start with that. They'll look to get the other guys going. Joey Hall in net only allowed 1 goal in the first period. What did you see from him?
Looking a little sharp, but also looking a little slow. Tonight's a little bit of back and forth. He's been looking a bit off compared to the previous games tonight. There's a little bit of nerves going through him. If I was there right now, I'd tell him to just calm down and just have fun, because right now that's what this game is about. As long as he's able to focus on having fun, he's able to have a great game tonight.
And you talk about nerves. We talked about that could play into it. It didn't seem like it played into it last year. But if these nerves get to NC State, because this is the first game that the Pack have played here, but obviously the Heels played Duke here, I believe, a couple weeks ago. But if nerves get to NC State and Chapel Hill can stay in this game, and they'll start to believe that they can actually win this game, the farther this game goes. So how important is it for State to score one goal early here and, you know, score 2 or 3 goals in the second period?
It's always the first 10 minutes within a period that sets the tempo for that period. If NC State can get the early advantage within the first 10 minutes, they will set the tempo for the rest of that period. And as long as they can get goals, as long as they can put the puck in the offensive zone and capitalize on their opportunities, UNC is in trouble for tonight.
Yeah, I agree. State's really got to get better opportunities and take advantage of them as well. Second period's going to get ready to get started here momentarily. So we're going to take a quick break. Be back with the second period puck drop on PackTV.
Attention all virtual reality junkies. Your dreamland opens this weekend in Carytown Center. VR Junkies takes the classic arcade to a whole new level, providing an experience like no other. Play tournaments on local and national levels. Plenty of games to choose from for all ages. You can walk in or reserve your spot online at vrjunkies.com/Raleigh. Now booking birthday, holiday, and corporate team building parties. Join us for grand opening specials all weekend. See you at VR Junkies in Carytown Center.
Team's getting set to take the ice for the second period. I've had trouble getting words out of my mouth all year long. I'm not really sure why, but hopefully I get better because I need to. Teams are waiting by the tunnel. The Chapel Hill coaches are headed over towards their bench. I'll tell you what, Zach, this crowd's filled in nicely. I think it's met or maybe even succeeded the crowd from last year.
Yeah.
Exceeded, excuse me.
Yeah, that's a great word, exceeded, and you know you're thinking about big words to describe this crowd. You know, you got exceeded, but you got loud. Loud's not a big word, but it's a word. It's a very special word. When you got a loud crowd, the teams are coming on right now. It's going to be a great team, and it's going to be a great fan base right now. You're looking at the teams come on. These fans are going crazy. You know, this is a lot of energy comparable to even Hurricanes games in general. I'm telling you right now, this is an outstanding show-up of NC State players and fans alike. You know, Ethan, we've been talking about this for a while, and I've been all across campus telling my friends about this game. The players have been all over the Brickyard, one of the most popular hub spots on NC State's campus, advertising about this game. This is a big event. It's publicized very well by a lot of Hurricanes articles and fan sites and things like that, and tonight, there's just a lot of fans here, and the more that are coming in, the more publicized this event is going to get.
You know, I thought 8,000 people would be doable. I'm not sure if we're going to get there tonight. It's not a great night to have it Monday, Thanksgiving week, but a great crowd nonetheless. And, you know, one thing to take note is last year the bands were on the same side as the fans. This year they're on the opposite side. They're right up here with us. So that adds a whole extra section for fans to sit in. So
yeah, we got a battle of the rivals and a battle of the bands.
Yeah, there you go.
You got a full show tonight.
Yeah, and NC State's band is bigger and louder than Chapel Hill, so take that for what it's worth. But I'll tell you what, the crowd has been great, and you know, I think both teams have fed off of it. I do think nerves played a pretty big factor in the first period, so we'll see if the teams can maybe calm down. Not calm down, but settle down and play better in the second period.
Yeah, you know, you're looking at the NC State right now starting off with their top line. It's going to be a good move for them right now because their top line is lethal. They probably talked a lot in the locker room about this, and they're going to get things started here right off this face-off circle. If NC State wins, they got the advantage.
Heels were 1 for 2 on the power play in the first period. State was 0 for 3. And I'll tell you what, that's the recipe for the Heels to win this game. Probably not take 3 penalties, but if they can score power play goals, that's the great equalizer. So we'll see what happens. State working down in the zone. Tell you what, State spent a lot of time in the zone. They haven't had a lot of great opportunities. We'll see if that's icing. It's not. So State will look to set things up, headed the other way. There's Jimenez. He finds Banishevitz coming up that left wing. He'll look. His pass to Jimenez is deflected. Jimenez keeps it in the zone. He'll find Banishevitz. His shot on net. Tough angle there. Easy save for Haruso.
Banishevitz is looking for that goal right there. He's just firing shots at all cylinders right now at every part of the net that he can find.
And, you know, I think you've got to give Banishevitz credit for keeping his cool. And, you know, he's an emotional player. But, you know, one thing I've always noticed about him is he's an emotional player, but he also is able to keep his emotions in check. Opportunity for State here. Big save, Haruso, and they'll clear it out.
Cam Mazakowski with the sauce. I'm going to start calling him Chef Boyardee. That was an incredible move right there out in front of the net, in front of Haruso. Almost had him beat, missed on the shot. Just incredible by the NC State defense.
Turnover for State here. Opportunity for the heel shot goes just high. Pass out in front. Another opportunity. Backhander, and they score. Heels up 2-1. Let's see who that was.
Yes.
Number 16, Peter Kelly. Or is that number 8?
They're focusing there on number 8.
Jesse Aney.
A little bit of an interesting fact, it's one of the female players on the UNC Chapel Hill hockey team. But nonetheless, that was let's see how it was. That was actually, no, that was it looks like it was.
Unless it got tipped in.
Nonetheless, NC State couldn't do much about that. They had that zone covered up fairly well.
Yeah, I believe that was number 14, his second goal.
But she got the assist.
Yeah, Jesse Aney got the assist. Pass in front here for State. Rushford sends it on net. I'm going to actually have to ask you to pull his name up again. I forgot what it was. But State will look to set things up here again. State's playing from behind. That's not what they want to do, and that's exactly what the Heels need to do. There's Bieberdorf, his shot blocked. It was Bogdash, his second goal of the game. We don't have his first name, but 14 Bogdash puts the Heels up 2-1.
Yeah,
17:30 to go in the period.
NC State has had some defensive lapses all season. That's just another one right there. No icing on that play right there, but NC State needs to tighten up because that was just a bad leak there for Joey Hall and for, you know, whoever's on the ice for the defense at that moment.
Yeah, I can't remember who was on the ice. I will say that most of NC State's goals, at least recently, that have been given up, as the shot from Kristoff there is tipped aside. But most of the opportunities have been off of defensive lapses, and that's just stuff you got to cut out if you're Coach Mike Gazzillo. So we'll see if NC State can do that as we move forward. There's a shot. It's deflected from Hudson. Pass in front, opportunity, and he's stuffed. Haruso got his leg pad out there. I believe that was Hayden Dewey looking for his second goal of the game. Heels come the other way. So basically State needs to clean up the defense. Here comes Kristoff. He'll look to get it out of the zone, looking for Johnston. Can't get it to him.
Desperation save right there by Caruso. You know, Haruso, what an amazing pad save right there. And Hudson had a little bit of a nice move up at the blue line too. So NC State's defense really has some really great skill and offensive prowess, and UNC really needs to watch out because NC State, boy, can they capitalize.
Yeah, NC State's the better team on paper, but Chapel Hill's been the better team so far tonight, so we'll see if State can turn that around. As we approach the second half of the game, there's Matt Costigan. He takes a hit, keeps the puck alive. Heels take it away. I believe that was Eric Webb. First time we've called his name. Heels dump it in farther. Chris Wing will take it. Pass across, opportunity for Johnson. Nice move around the defender. Here he comes on net. Backhander, and nice glove save from Haruso.
Flying down the ice with that beautiful hair. Eric Johnson, I'm telling you right now, that was an amazing move to try to get in. Nice backhand shot. One of the most unpredictable shots from a shooter in general because the goalie can't tell where it went. But Haruso had eyes on that puck, and it was a beautiful glove save as they replay it on their Jumbotron.
Good defense there from the Heels on an opportunity for Eric Johnston. State keeps this one in the zone. Mazikowski dumps it in. Manischewitz pressures. Heels behind their zone. They get behind their goal, excuse me. Look for the long pass here. There's Koeklenberg. He'll win the race for icing. 2-1 Heels.
15-18 left to go in this second period here, and NC State has not had the edge so far. That second goal really rattled them up. In order to get back in this game, they at least got to get a shot off, a good shot, and they haven't done that so far, besides that one shot there by Eric Johnston.
State's really got to pick up play here as we approach the middle of the second period. Here's Banashevitz. He'll wind and fire. His shot is blocked. I guarantee you that didn't feel good.
Not at all. Right now, this team needs to look for the heroics of Banashevitz and Jimenez, and here he goes.
Here comes Jimenez. He'll lose the puck. Wing gets it. His shot wide. Mazikowski tries to get there first. He can't. So the Heels will get out of there with it. 1-on-3. Let's see what they do. They lose the puck. I believe that was Ben Millar. Here comes State. Another turnover for the Pack. They get it back. Here comes Jimenez and Banashevitz. 2-on-2. 2-on-3 now. We'll see what Jimenez can do. His shot, not much on it. Easy kick save for Haruso. Heels take it away now. 2-on-1 headed the other way. Puck out farther. There's centering pass just wide. They had an opportunity but couldn't capitalize. Here's Jimenez looking for Banashevitz, but his stick got caught up. Excellent play there from the Heels. Joey Hall makes a gloved save on a shot that was going well wide.
You know, Joey didn't need to do that, but it was a nice job to get the play settled down. As you can see, Jimenez was trying to find Banashevitz for the spring opportunity because they're really looking for a goal right now. State is desperate to try to get this game tied up again, and this is not a spot I think Coach Gazzillo will imagine this team being in at this point in the game.
Tell you what, though, he had Banashevitz, but he couldn't get the pass to him. Nice defensive play there. Here comes Trevor Merchant. Nice defensive play. There's Bieberdorf right there with him. Merchant sends it in on net, but it's blocked. Back out to O'Rourke. Across Rushford. Loose puck in front. The Heels get to it first. Bieberdorf ended up on the ice. As the Heels come the other way, there's going to be a penalty on the Pack. Ian O'Rourke will take that one.
Not exactly sure why the ref called that one. Looked like to be a clean hit, and then O'Rourke took a slip right there. But we'll see what happens on the replay here. I would think it was going to be a... Oh, that's a... looks like to be a interference call.
Getting a look at it there.
He was not controlling the puck right there, so that will be interference on Ian O'Rourke. Not a penalty you want to be taking with 13:37 left to go here.
He'll set it up. They're 1 for 2 on the power play so far. Shot knocked down by Hall. There's Joe Baglio. We've talked about him a bunch. Setting up in the corner. Hall makes that save. Couldn't cover the puck, so the Heels get it back. Centering pass on. Opportunity. And Hall made the save, and he covers it up.
I'm not sure. I thought I saw that puck go in. I may be desperately wrong, though, but if Joey Hall made that save, that was his best save of the night, and that should give NC State some momentum going forward right there.
I have no idea how it didn't go in. He looked like he had it there, and I think Hall got a glove on it.
The shooter fanned on the shot right there, and the net got moved by a stick. I thought the puck went top shelf.
I thought it did. If it had gone top shelf, it would have been a goal.
Right.
I couldn't believe he didn't score on that. Huge missed opportunity for the Heels to take a 2-goal lead. They'll keep the power play going. Minute 30 to go. Centering pass. The Heels keep it in on the clear from Wing. Heels now behind the net. Back out front. Nice move there. Good recovery from Linsmeyer. Tell you what, if NC State wins this game, that's going to be a big opportunity to look back on. Shot blocked in front. There's Kristoff. State still can't get it out. Under a minute to go. Good power play so far for the Heels. We'll see if they can put it in the back of the net. Pass across. There's Matt Richard. Good puck movement for the Heels. Linsmeyer right there. Tries to juke around a man. That was Jesse Aney. State finally gets control of the puck. We'll see if they can dump it out. Kristoff tries to get there. 30 seconds to go. Heels still keep it in. They've had it in the entire power play. Finally, Kristoff takes control, and he'll dump it all the way down.
While NC State did a great job on that penalty kill right there, their penalty killing system looked a little bit flat in the zone right there. They were playing too tight in front of the net, left a lot of spaces open near the blue line for a point shot. They need to start tightening up and need to start spreading out and communicating on there on the ice.
Good defense there from Coquelenberg as the penalty is about to end. And Hall makes the save. I didn't see what happened there. I was looking
what
at
a save, but it's under his pad.
I was looking up the penalty clock, and I didn't see what happened.
That was a great shot. What happened was one of the shooters came around on the wraparound, passed it to the far side. Joey Hall sprawling, made the save, double pad stack, hit under the pad. They thought it went in, but what a remarkable save there by Joey Hall on the goal line as well.
I can't believe that didn't go in.
Expect the impossible, Ethan, because tonight...
So NC State kills the penalty somehow. Heels had 2 golden opportunities and unable to put it in the back of the net. We'll see if NC State can take some momentum from that. They'll send the top line out. There's Banishevitz. Jimenez loses the puck to Banishevitz. His shot's deflected. They've had their eye on him. They've done a good job so far through almost 30 minutes. We'll see if they can keep it for the final 30 minutes. Big hit there from Coquelenberg. Icing on the Heels, so State will look to tie this one up with the tired Heels out there.
We'd like to say thank you for everyone watching here tonight so far at on PackTV right now, and we're very excited to be here, and this game is absolutely enthralling to watch and enthralling to be in. So on behalf of Ethan, we just want to thank you for allowing us to be here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll see if State can pick it up. We'll see if State can pick it up in the second half of the game here, and I'll tell you what, I think the crowd has stopped coming in, but still a great crowd, probably about the same as last year, if not a little better, and we'll see if State can take advantage of here. Heels win the faceoff. State takes over in the neutral zone. There's Mazikowski. Banishevitz finds Jimenez, and he scores! Luis Jimenez ties it up from Sam Banishevitz. What a goal from the Pack. It's tied up at 2. They got it from the top line. Now we're going to go live to my man Brett Galt, see who he has with him to talk about that goal.
I'm here with 2 big Wolfpack fans, Ty and Eamon. And guys, how are you guys liking this game so far?
It's awesome! It's good.
We just saw the Wolfpack score right there. What do the Wolfpack need to do here to take the lead?
Score more girls, maybe.
Score. You heard that. They need to score more goals. Back to you, Ethan.
All right, thanks, Brett. I'll tell you what, that's pretty sound analysis. Usually the team that scores more goals wins the game. There's nothing wrong with that. The Heels another opportunity. Hall's out of the net. They can't score. State's got a 2-on-1 the other way. Webb looking for Johnston, can't get it to him, and they scored! Off of a deflected pass, State takes the lead. I'm pretty sure the Heels knocked that one in, but State will take it any way they can get it.
That one just slid in right there, starting off with the sauce from Cam Mazikowski to Banishevitz to Jimenez for the first goal. Started up the momentum. Great rush up by Eric Webb with the pass. Tried to get to Johnson. Went off of the UNC Skaters defense. We got the replay on right now. Look at this. Off the skate, slides in.
And the goal came off its moorings, I believe is the word. I'm not sure that Johnson ever hit that. I'm going to go ahead and give that goal to Eric Webb. So State scores 2 goals in a matter of seconds, and in between a huge save from Joey Hall. And I'll tell you what, this game has lived up to the hype. There's a big hit in front of the net
from Ellis Rushford.
So State ties it up and takes the lead
We'll see how the Heels respond. Here's Baglio. His shot goes wide. So State got their goal from Banashevitz and Jimenez. Beautiful shot from Jimenez in the slot. Top left corner of the goal. And there's not much you can do if you're Haruso on that. And honestly, not much on the second goal. Another opportunity for O'Rourke. He gets knocked down. He didn't get knocked down. He got knocked off the puck. So Haruso covered it up.
Yeah, NC State can't get very cocky here, because now that they got the lead, they need to make sure they're still playing like it's 1-0 in favor of UNC. They need to play like they're in a disadvantage, because if they give up at all during this game, they will give up a goal and they will give up momentum. They're doing great so far. They're riding it, and they need to keep riding it, and don't let the ride stop.
I'll tell you what, State's got the momentum right now, so if they can get another goal here in the next couple of minutes, that'll be huge. That shot's deflected on net. Trevor Merchant, I believe, got a stick on it.
A shot from one of my favorite players there, Ellis Rushard. The dude is physical. He's been getting more physical per game every single game we've been to, Ethan. It's incredible to watch how he's been the new instigator, while John Koeklenberg is, of course, being one of the main physical factors for NC State. Ellis Rushard is a complete package.
State wins the face-off. Shot by Alfonsetti, deflected into the corner. So State has their 2 goals from the second and third line. Actually, that may have been, I'm not sure if that was the 4th line or not, but it may have been. Shot again from Rushford. So State's got their 2 goals from their bottom 3 lines. So we'll see if Banashevitz and Jimenez and Todd can finish the deal. But I'll tell you what, that was a beautiful passing play from Banashevitz to Jimenez.
Absolutely, and for the fact that Jimenez, you see his shot, that is a perfected shot that not a lot of players can make. That was beautiful, top shelf, glove side. You can't beat that. You just cannot stop that. That was an amazing save there by Haruso.
State again in front of the net. I'll tell you what, we've played almost 31 minutes in this game, and State spent the majority of them in the offensive zone, and you know, that's a recipe for success. The Heels haven't had a whole lot of opportunities. They've actually had 3 great opportunities, but it seems for them they've either been boom or bust. They've either had a great opportunity or haven't been able to do much. So we'll see how the next 29 minutes now at this point go. Hayden Dewey behind the net. Heels get it out of there. I think another thing to keep an eye on will be the next chef for Banashevitz, Jimenez, and Todd. Those guys love to play up the momentum. Big hit there. Linsmeyer goes down. So they haven't come out since that goal, but we'll be keeping an eye on them the next time they're on the ice. There's Rushford. Makes a nice defensive play. Heels into the corner now. Pass across. Hall got a glove on it. Heels keep it in the zone. Pass deflected from Ellis Rushford. He knocks his man down. And another penalty on Rushford.
I don't know why they're calling that, to be quite honest with you.
I'm not sure either. I'm not a huge.
I
don't know a whole lot about hockey, but I've seen 3 penalties. Banashevitz is looking up at the replay.
That was just finishing your check. That was not a very good call right there. But Ellis Rushford was doing his job as a defenseman. That was not a bad hit at all. That was a beautiful job of finishing his check and being physical.
I'll tell you what, the ref that was right there didn't call that one either. So, not sure what they saw in that one. Either way, the Heels will have their 4th power play of the game.
Yeah, discipline's still a big factor NC State needs to work on here, even though that was a clean hit. The fact that they're taking so many penalties and not doing well on the penalty kill, they need to improve on that ratio. They need to take less penalties and do better on the penalty kill, not the other way around.
Jimenez and Banashevitz out there on the penalty kill. We don't see them out there a whole lot. But I'll tell you what, if they get an offensive opportunity, you better look out.
Yeah, Coach Gazzillo really wants to springboard that offense, so they put on 2 really good defensive players in Hudson and Wing, and sent out their 2 most important scorers in Jimenez and Banashevitz, so they can maybe spring some offense in the shorthanded opportunity here.
Shot deflected over the net. I believe that was Aney who got a stick on it. Fired again wide, tipped wide. Good power play there from the Heels, and Banashevitz is away. Here he goes, looking, deking. What a save from Haruso. Banashevitz tries to get back to it. Here he comes, and he fires, blocked again by Haruso. Back out Wing. He'll fire. Banashevitz really wants this one. He's not going to get it. I knew one was coming, and, 8 or 9 times out of 10, Banashevitz finishes that one, but
give Russo credit. What a save.
Yeah, Banashevitz is looking desperate for that 100th career goal, and he really wants it tonight. His teammates know he wants it. Jimenez made a beautiful pass towards him. To get a goal would really put icing on the cake for this amazing opportunity for tonight's game.
2-on-2 here. There's Kristoff. He loses the puck. State's going to hold it. Look to kill some more time. 30 seconds to go. Looked like that was a shot on net. It was deflected up by Haruso. So Heels will look to set up. Under 30 seconds to go. If you missed our pregame show, Banashevitz is close to 100 career goals in the ACCHL. We're not exactly sure how many he has because the website isn't up to date. He has either 97 or 99.
I think we're saying here up at the PackTV booth, we're going to go with 99. Sam told us before the game that he's going to celebrate like it's 100. So we'll see what happens here because Sam Banashevitz is definitely excited to get all these goals here.
Penalty's over. Back to 5-on-5. 6 minutes to go in the period. Nice hit there. I believe that was Ellis Rushford again. By my math, Sam has 97 as State comes on a 2-on-1. Bieberdorf loses control of the puck on his shot. Sam says he has 99. I said he has 97. You're actually the one who picked up on that. So I want to give credit where credit is due. So hopefully the stats get updated and we can tell you for sure.
Well, I got to do my pregame scouting, so
there you go.
That stuff just comes up.
5.5 minutes to go. Bieberdorf will take this loose puck. Fires it up ahead. That's going to be icing. 5:21 to go.
You know,
second
Ethan,
period.
One thing that we need to mention here, both teams are wearing their home jerseys. Both teams are wearing dark colored jerseys. And I think that's really interesting to see here because technically NC State is the home team, UNC is the away team, but they're still wearing their home jerseys. Not really any importance towards this game, but it's definitely very interesting to see that because I think it's just really cool to see the true colors of both teams on the ice.
I agree. Alfonsetti gets tripped up, and they finally call a penalty. I was wondering when that was coming.
Okay, right now, NC State needs to do something right now to get the momentum back. UNC has been pressing back a little bit after Sam Banashevitz's beautiful opportunity. NC State is looking a little bit lax right now. If the Tar Heels will, rather, if the Ice Pack can really capitalize on this power play here, something will happen, and the momentum will go towards them. I couldn't choose my words there very well, Ethan, becoming like you.
Hey, yeah, happens to me all the time. Opportunity just high from Mazikowski. So State's top line is back out there looking for the goal. They almost had one on the shorthanded. Pass across Mazikowski. He'll get it to Hudson. Heels can't get it out. Mazikowski gets it again. Across Banashevitz. Looking for Jimenez. It gets through him to the corner. Jimenez looking to set it up. He finds Mazikowski. Back across, there's Hudson. Up top, Jimenez. He fires wide. Banashevitz had an opportunity, he couldn't get it. Opportunity off the rebound. He couldn't finish the job. Another big rebound. Heels get it out of there. 4:20 to go in the second period.
Yeah, one of my keys for every power play is get the first shot within the first 10 seconds. Didn't do it there, but they were doing a great job of passing, so I'm not as upset as a lot of people would be that they didn't get a shot off.
Halfway through second period, dangerous play there from Joey Hall, but Eric Todd gets the puck. Yep. Tell you what, since that 10-minute mark when Chapel Hill had a 2-1 lead and we talked about NC State needing to pick it up, they picked it up and they've scored 2 goals and had some great opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely, and you're looking right now at Jimenez coming in. This is going to be a big opportunity for a zone play here, and here he goes.
They've been out there for a while. We'll see if they have any gas left in the tank. Here's Jimenez. He'll fire wide. O'Rourke gets there. He'll look to set it up. Fire. Rebound. Off the post. State with an opportunity. Another one. Shot blocked. Another opportunity. Backhander. I'll tell you what, the puck was just in that mass of humanity. 5 seconds to go. The Heels clear down State. Unable to strike on the power play. Now 0 for 4 today.
Yeah, a little bit of a fun fact, Ethan, if we got some time. Puck will be chipped in, no icing there. But if you look behind the net, there's 3 lines separating 2 zones and a trapezoid behind the net. In typical ACHA,
opportunity for State. Haruso's going to cover up.
In the typical ACHA rules, they don't allow for the trapezoid, but what that is, in the NHL, goaltenders have to play the puck inside that trapezoid, or else it'll be called a delay game penalty. Earlier, you saw Joey Hall go out and try to get that puck in the zone outside of that trapezoid. There was no call made because that's typical rules in this league. But in the NHL, that would have been a penalty. It's just a cool fact to know about the type of ice that we're using here tonight.
I'll tell you what, we just saw that replay. Banishevitz had a great opportunity, but a better save from Haruso. And I'll tell you what, the Heels did what they needed to do to give them credit. Banishevitz had at least two great opportunities with the momentum on State's side, and the Heels were able to survive, but mostly due to Haruso. Here's Eric Johnston. Here comes Cost again, centering pass. Webb can't get there. This line delivered State a goal, and they did give him another one. I believe that was Ellis Rushford. Picked the top right corner. State's up 4-2.
Ellis Rushford took the shot. Beautiful placement by Eric Webb. He got the tip in front of the net. The goal will go to Eric Webb. Unbelievable positioning by NC State, capitalizing on opportunities. This is something I know they worked on in practice. I talk with Coach Gazillo all the time about this. Here's the replay. Eric Webb in front. You see the celebration. It was all his. What a beautiful tip in front of the net. Yeah, that was all Eric Webb's.
It was a tip from Eric Webb, and that's his second goal that we're giving him credit for. We'll hope to see Coach Wing in the second intermission, and he can tell us exactly who got that, the goal that tied it up. State's up 4-2 now. Heels really need to make something happen in the last 2 minutes of the period. State's been the better team in the last 10 minutes. Another shot. Haruso makes the save.
Yeah, Rushford finally gets a point, and I believe this is his 4th assist of the season so far. And you know, Ellis Rushford, I'm telling you right now, he's one of NC State's best all-around defensemen. You have Cam Azikowski, who's a potent offensive defenseman, huge tower, and Koeklenberg, who's strong defensively. Ellis Rushford is a silky skater who has a good shot, very physical. That was a play that was all Rushford's, and Eric Webb really just capitalized on Rushford's opportunity right there. But a hat trick for Eric Webb will prove the depth of NC State hockey.
I'll tell you what, you need an unheralded star to win this type of game, and especially when your top guys like Banishevitz and Jimenez have only been able to produce one goal. We don't want to say that they've played badly. They've played great, but the Heels have had an answer the majority of the time. Jimenez did get that one goal. 1:50 to go in the period. Another opportunity for State. Trevor Merchant couldn't get much on that shot. Second line out there for the Pack. Bieberdorf, Alfanzetti, and Trevor Merchant. Tell you what, that's a good sign for the future of the team when you've got Eric Todd and Trevor Merchant playing on the top two lines with guys like Banishevitz, Jimenez. Another penalty on for State. Bieberdorf and Alfanzetti as well. These guys have played here 2-3 years, and they've actually, I don't think that's going to be a penalty.
I think that was more of an offsides right there.
Gotcha.
But yeah, during the second period intermission, Coach Wing will be alongside me as we talk about this goal surge from Eric Webb. I'm sure Coach Wing will be very excited to be talking about it with us as well. So we'll see what he says about the depth of this NC State hockey team.
State's got all the momentum right now. 4-2. 2 goals from Eric Webb, a goal from Jimenez. And Hayden Dewey scored in the first period. Another shot blocked into the corner. There's Kristoff. Tell you what, you never look at Andrew Kristoff and think, man, that guy's not really trying. He's always working hard.
1 minute remaining in the period.
A minute left in the period. Dumped into the corner. Heels try to get it out. They've struggled to get it out. They finally do. They come the other way. 3-on-3. Shot deflected behind Hall. Man taken down by Kristoff. Centering pass deflected. Heels take it. Hall blocks it. Behind the net. 35 seconds to go. Heels get it again. Let's see if Linsmeyer can get there. He can't. He can, except the Heels keep it in. Shot high off the boards there. There's Hudson working in the corner. We've seen a lot of him tonight. He's played well and he's earned it. Under 20 seconds to go.
And that was a dangerous hit there on Andrew Kristoff.
Pass is deflected. Opportunity for Hayden Dewey. Working shot, and he lost the puck. State tries to keep it alive. 7 seconds to go. Shot save. Haruso That might have been the game on the line right there, and Hayden Dewey had an opportunity for his second goal, but couldn't keep the puck on a stick. I think that was a good defensive play, and then Harusa got the rebound.
Yeah, that was a crucial save right there for Harusa. What a shot by Hudson. Dewey on the opportunity, got shoved off the puck. That was as good as it's going to get for Hayden Dewey, who has a goal tonight so far. But all in all, that was just a really good sequence of events, and NC State will go into the second intermission here with a lot of optimism and a lot of pride and a lot of energy.
That'll do it for the second period. The Heels took a 2-1 lead early in the period on the second goal from Bagdash. State scored 3 in the final 10 minutes. State now leads 4-2. As Zach mentioned, we'll have Coach Wing up here in the second intermission. State 4, Chapel Hill 2 here on PackTV.
It is a great night for hockey here at the PNC Arena between the NC State Ice Pack and the UNC Chapel Hill Tar Heels. Zach Soloy alongside assistant coach Jeff Wing. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great now.
This is an electrifying crowd. I don't know what you think.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's really exciting for the teams, and the fans obviously really getting into it, so it's exciting.
And having the marching band as well here tonight, it's just, it adds to the experience, doesn't it, Coach?
You know, it really does, and I'm happy that both teams have their bands here, so it's actually really cool for both sides.
Now, Coach, I want to get into something really quick here. It's about the tempo. I watched a little bit of UNC's style last year, and they were really quick to jump off the bat here, and your team's a little bit more cautious and conservative when they start off their games sometimes.
Yeah.
Tonight, both teams got off to a slow start and has picked up. In the battle of the tempo right now, Coach, how has NC State, how has your team been able to really match the tempo of UNC?
Well, I think we're setting the tone right now, honestly. I think that you know, they took a little bit of the momentum away when they took the lead, so we had to just, okay, everybody calm down, play our game, pucks to the net, and actually that first one was a lucky bounce, honestly. And then we started pouring them in, so after that, bounce is downhill from there.
You had an incredible surge of goals, Coach, from your depth players. Jimenez has 1 goal tonight, Luis has an assist, but Eric Webb has 2 goals tonight off of 2 beautiful positioning tip passes. So talking about depth in general and this surge of goals, how has your team been able to just talk about getting your players into the right spots on the ice to get those dirty goals like that?
Well, that's exactly what we talked about even before the game was they've got a good goalie, right? So what you get, the way you score on a good goalie is you take away his eyes, get somebody in front of the net, in fact, and get some rebounds. In fact, though, a lot of our goals are tips, and you know, it's actually, they haven't been dirty, greasy rebound goals, but they've been in front of the net, so we're happy about that.
Well, talking a little bit about Ellis Rushford as well. Tonight, he's been very physical, has an assist so far tonight. Took a few penalties, but in general, what do you think about his style tonight? It's been very physical and very good from what we've seen up here.
Same thing. I think he does play with that physical edge, which is nice. But he's been calm about it. I think the penalties are not anything egregious. They weren't a retaliation or something like that. So we'll take those penalties for good hard work.
Absolutely. Now, Joey Hall, of course, he's been having a good night so far. Hasn't been challenged that much, but he's made the big saves when he needed to, especially that 2-pag stack on the goal line right there. And I believe a shot went off his mask, if I'm for certain.
Yeah. I think the first shot went off his mask, and then he had another. The puck just kind of fooling around his pads, but he kept it out, so that's the thing that matters.
Nonetheless, how has his play been so important to this team tonight?
Oh, it's been great. I mean, you always play a little more confident when you know that, if you're going to make mistakes, right? If you know that your goalie's going to bail you out a couple of times and you'll bail him out a couple of times. I think we had a couple of right through the crease. Our defenseman cleared out, so it's a good, kind of good copacetic kind of thing between the defense and the goalie.
Now, the Backyard Brawl tonight, of course, is a highly publicized event. There was a lot of chatter going on around NC State's campus in general. But how proud of you are you of your team for spreading the word about this amazing event and spreading awareness for collegiate hockey in North Carolina?
I couldn't be prouder, honestly. I think, and hats off to the NC State for doing it, or UNC for doing it last year. But I think we've beat the crowd. I'm not sure what the record is for a Division II hockey game in an NHL arena, but I bet you we won it.
All right, Coach, so this is the final game of this semester. You have a long break, so tonight you need to finish off strong. What is the message to the team for this third period?
Don't let up. I think right now it's a forecheck game. So we can't give UNC any time and space. Get out there, take away their time, and get some shots on net.
All right, Coach, thank you. Best of luck in the third period for PackTV. I'm Zach Salawaye here, and we'll be back soon with Ethan for a little bit of second period analysis right here on PackTV.
Attention all virtual reality junkies. Your Dreamland opens this weekend in Carytown Center. VR Junkies takes the classic arcade to a whole new level, providing an experience like no other. Play tournaments on local and national levels, Plenty of games to choose from for all ages. You can walk in or reserve your spot online at vrjunkies.com/Raleigh. Now booking birthday, holiday, and corporate team building parties. Join us for grand opening specials all weekend. See you at VR Junkies in Cary Town Center.
Back in PNC Arena, Ethan Berry and Zach Selye. Zach just talked with Coach Wing. Coach, I'm sure, had good things to say. Good second period, especially the last 10 minutes. What did you see in the last 10 minutes?
I saw a lot of NC State stepping up to the plate, having the kind of energy they needed to make sure they get this game going, and they're going to walk away with this win tonight if they can keep up the energy they had in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, I agree. If State plays the last 20 like they played those last 10, it's going to be a good third period. Quick talk for us here. Now we're going to go back to commercial. Third period puck drop coming up on PackTV. State leading Chapel Hill 4-2.
Attention all virtual reality junkies. Your dreamland opens this weekend in Cary Town Center. VR Junkies takes the classic arcade to a whole new level, providing an experience like no other. Play tournaments on local and national levels. Plenty of games to choose from for all ages. You can walk in or reserve your spot online at vrjunkies.com/Raleigh. Now booking birthday, holiday, and corporate team building parties. Join us for grand opening specials all weekend. See you at VR Junkies in Cary Town Center.
Back for the third period here, PNC Arena. Zach, third period adjustments for State. I mean, those last 10 minutes, like we said, those were pretty good. I don't think we've seen a better 10 minutes all season, but I mean, third period, what does State need to clean up to get out of here with a win?
Well, interesting you say that, Ethan. I talked a little bit to Coach Wing about that, and he just said, you know, they just got to keep on keeping on. They got to make sure that the energy stays the same, and they finish out the third period strong, and they finish out the second period strong. My apologies. And they can have a great third period if they just make sure that they're able to capitalize on their opportunities with 30 seconds until the teams come back on the ice here. We're just looking for a strong effort from NC State, and really UNC in general, what they have to do in this period is they got to make sure they eliminate NC State's opportunities, because they're finally catching on to the weak spots. The NC State's getting to the dirty areas. UNC is playing a very strong side attack, and they're leaving a lot of the ice open for NC State to take a puck and get it in and get scoring opportunities. So UNC needs to tighten up as much as NC State needs to continue to capitalize.
2 goals from Eric Webb right now, the difference in the game. Hayden Dewey scored in the first period, and Luis Jimenez with a sniper over the glove side of Harusa. We're waiting for the teams to come back for the third period. Here come the Heels. I'll tell you what, State's rocking their classic black jerseys, but recently the Heels have started wearing navy blue, and I'm not exactly sure where they got it from. To me, they're a light blue and white school, and I'm not exactly sure why they started using navy blue. Maybe that's not a new thing, to be honest, but I just thought I'd point that out and voice my displeasure about that.
Well, jerseys are very cool, and you know, all hockey players got to wear them because jerseys really signify who they play for, and it's really more of a recognition thing. It's a pride thing. For players to wear the jersey, I know a lot of these guys in the NC State team are proud to be wearing the black, red, and white, and I know a lot of the guys in the UNC team are really proud to be wearing the blue, blue, and white. There's multiple blues.
Yeah, there are multiple blues, and they use them all.
Yeah.
Heels are wearing the blue with the navy shorts. white numbers and letters.
NC State really, I love their marching band because I go to football games a lot, and I noticed that they've been playing the Game of Thrones theme a lot, and it's a very good show, but the theme song in general is the only thing that really stands out to me as much as anything else because it is just so recognizable now, and it gets me pumped up, gets a lot of these players pumped up. The fans I know enjoy it very much, but the marching band in general, you know, Ethan, we talked about this a little bit. It's going to add to the flair of the crowd, and they've been doing an outstanding job at it, Ethan. I don't know what you think about these marching bands, but it's been adding to the experience of a true NC State college sporting event.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. The band always gets me excited for football, and I don't know why. But hey, anytime you can get a band, especially to a club game, that's huge for a club game. I mean, basically, if the band's there, that means it's an important event.
Right.
And I mean, obviously, this is an important event for the campus, and you know, I think it's going to continue to grow the more it gets played, and you know, hopefully they're looking to play this thing every year. I guess the Backyard Brawl would be the name of the rivalry, and the Governor's Cup would be the name of the trophy. I mean, you see lots of rivalries, especially in college football, that have names and trophies, and you know, it's great to see. And my point being, it's going to get bigger and bigger every year. I don't think too many years down the road will this entire lower bowl be full.
Yeah, it was so exciting to have Governor Cooper join us, and you know, he was talking about it on our broadcast, how excited he is to hand out this cup today, and it's a great hockey game, and Sam Banashevitz had the puck right there, almost gave it up.
Heels get it into the neutral zone, back over towards Banashevitz. No goals yet tonight for Banashevitz. Not sure how often we say that, but it's not very often. Centering pass there for the Heels. Man goes down, and that's going to be a penalty.
It's a slashing call. Looks like Eric Todd looks to be a bit upset, so no, it'll be on Copelandberg right there. But yeah, Sam Banashevitz, he's been on at least a 3 or 4 game goal streak by now, probably even more. I think he's had goals in each game this season by far at least, except for maybe that road trip in the beginning of the season, but nonetheless, he's had goals in many consistently straight games this season.
I'll tell you what, he had enough goals against Charlotte to make up for like 4 games. So, I mean, you just expect that kind of thing from him. We talked about it the other night at the end of the game.
Right.
It's almost not fair. Like, you almost have to give him the player of the game every game, but at the same time, you gotta appreciate what other people bring to the team. Here come the Heels on the power play in front of the net. It goes wide. Opportunity for the Heels here to get within 1. They've scored once on the power play so far. Pass goes into the corner. Davis Hudson. We do want to clear up that third goal for the Pack. It is Eric Webb's goal. So we talked with Coach Wing about that. Opportunity shorthanded for Linsmeyer, and he scores! Ryan Linsmeyer makes it 5-2 Wolfpack shorthanded.
Yeah, why'd they put a 3 up for UNC? Because that is a state goal. That is a typical NC State play. Unbelievable job by the NC State players to springboard Linsmeyer to get on the breakaway. And let's not just talk about Linsmeyer scoring that goal. Let's talk about how that's shorthanded. UNC's defense had a huge lapse right there. That can't happen. NC State capitalized just because NC State had that momentum, had the energy, and was able to really just have a. That was a beautiful shot. I can't say much more about that.
That was a great shot. I don't know the hockey terms of the goalie, but I believe that was glove side.
Blocker side, but.
Blocker side.
Yeah.
There you go. Great shot from Linsmeyer. State's up 5-2. Chapel Hill player lost the stick. Not sure who that is. They don't have a number 3 on the roster.
Ryan Linsmeyer now has a goal and assist tonight. Chris Wing, 2 assists. It's been a great night so far.
I'll tell you what, pretty deflating goal to give up. 40 seconds left on the power play for the Heels.
Really
pretty deflating goal, though. I mean, their entire team is sitting on the bench right now.
Yeah, really interesting fact about Ryan Linsmeyer. He is a grad student. We just found that out the other day looking at the roster, and that's exceptionally exciting to see that there's still optimism for collegiate hockey, even though he's almost 24, 25 years old.
Big hit there. Ellis Rushford involved again. I'll tell you what, though. Last game against Wilmington, I kept calling, shot there from Bieberdorf. I kept calling, who was it? I kept calling Davis Hudson Dan Weaver. Dan Weaver played on the team last year. Shot there, deflected wide. Weaver, I believe, was 29 or 30 years old. And it's great to have a presence like that in the locker room. You know, just somebody who can hold people accountable for what they're doing on the ice. Make sure you guys stay disciplined as John Kochlenberg goes on a hitting spree.
Thrown to the ice, yeah, that was a big hit.
I'll tell you what, Kochlenberg doesn't get knocked down often. Vedetta's on the ice. Alex Vedetta has. I don't know that he's been on the ice yet tonight, but good to see him out there now. Opportunity for the Heels. Power play's over. Been over for a while now. Nice glove save from Joey Hall.
You know, I think Joey Hall really likes fruit because he likes to go cherry picking. What a glove save there by Joey Hall. Just absolute larceny with the glove. I believe that was also against Joey Bagalow, who is UNC's leading scorer. And, you know, Joey Hall is not letting him get that goal that will really separate this game. And this is Joey Bagalow's last game as well, so this is very interesting to see what's going on so far.
Backhander on net. Hall gets his stick there. Yeah, you talk about Dan Weaver last year was 29, and that's the great thing about club sports. You can play at any age, and you can honestly play at, you know, you can play varsity sports at any age too. But it's much less likely to do that. Most of these guys joining the team as the first-year guys, they're not the 18-year-old freshmen. Here comes Alfonsetti. Nice move there. Looking for Bieberdorf. Backhander wide. NC State dominating the game at this point. Just opportunity after opportunity. But, I mean, pretty much every team, every club team has older guys there as Harusto covers up that loose puck. But, I mean, and the freshmen coming in are 19 and 20-year-old freshmen. I'm not in on the youth hockey, how it all works, but apparently there's something called juniors, and a lot of guys go play there for 2 years before coming here after graduating high school. So most of these guys are 19, 20 years old by the time they get here as freshmen.
Absolutely, but UNC's defense has been just atrocious to the start of this third period. They've given up 2 breakaways, 2 scoring opportunities. It's very interesting to watch if they will be able to get any momentum back after those 2 opportunities.
I'll tell you what, if they want to get back in this game, they're going to need to get some momentum soon, because they were the better team in the first 30 minutes, but State has dominated the last 15. Here's Costigan. Johnson backhands it in on net, loose there in front of the net. State will look to set it up now. I'll tell you what, Chapel Hill was up 2-1, and I think they had 2 or 3 opportunities to extend the lead, and they couldn't do it. And State was able to capitalize on their opportunities, and that's where we stand.
And I think that's just the hallmark. That was a big hit by Costigan. Really good enforcement right there by NC State depth. But going back off what you said, that's the hallmark of Mike Gazzillo hockey. It's just getting better, being the better team at capitalizing on things, and that's exactly what they've been doing.
There's Todd out front with Johnston and Webb. State will lose the puck. Banishevitz and Jimenez looking to come on the ice, and they will. Here comes Todd looking for Banishevitz. I'll tell you what, he wants that goal badly. Not sure if he's at 99 or 97. We mentioned it a few times tonight. But in his mind, he's at 99, and that's what counts. So he wants that goal, and he'd love to get it here in PNC Arena. Long pass up ahead into the corner. Tell you what, another guy, Davis Hudson, has been really good the last 2 games, and that's huge for State going forward. Kicked aside there by Hall. Heels look to set it up, get a little momentum. Under 14 minutes to go, another penalty. We'll see who takes a seat. The Heels will be on the power play. 1 for 5 so far tonight.
Yeah, 13:47 left to go here. An NC State player will be taking the box. Not exactly sure.
That's going to be Hudson.
Yeah, I mean, I saw actually.
He stuck his stick out. He didn't do it on purpose, but.
Yeah. But nonetheless, you know, Davis Hudson's a great guy, and I saw him today in Tally walking by, and, you know, he just seemed to be in very good spirits. Wearing a Tampa Bay Lightning hat with the blue.
Yeah, I actually saw him too, in walking out of class. So that's kind of funny that we both saw him today in different places. Block there from Hall. I think he made the save. Somebody's stick broke. Ellis Rushford has words. He's been extra physical today. I'll tell you what, that's exactly what the fans want to see.
I think Ellis Rushford has a little bit of crushed red pepper inside of him. The dude is spicy tonight. Very outrageous, very outgoing. And
he's going to take a seat.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of flair. It looks like NC State will go down on the 5-on-3. Not a good thing you want to be taking right now, but you know, Ellis Rushford is just a really aggressive player, really passionate, I think is a really good word to describe it. And you know, tonight there's been some costly penalties, but all in all, Ellis Rushford has done a very good job tonight. Has an assist tonight, beautiful shot. You can't say much more about him.
He got the shot where Webb got the deflection, so that's where his assist comes from. I'll tell you what, if Chapel Hill wants to get back in this game, they've got to score here. 5-on-3, a minute and 48 seconds. Then, in my mind, if they have any chance, they've got to score here. There's only going to be 8 seconds of a regular power play. But they have to score on the 5-on-3 and maybe get an extended power play. Not off to a good start. State clears it down. O'Rourke, Kristoff, and Koeklenberg out there for the Pack. Minute and a half to go, 5-on-3. Heels down 3. Looking to set it up. Shot went high. That's going to get out of the zone, I believe. It does.
Yeah.
Banashevitz appreciates it on the bench.
Going back a little bit, you just saw Andrew Kristoff dogging one of the. There he goes in the breakaway if he has a chance. But
he's not going to get there, but he swipes it into the corner.
But just look at Andrew Kristoff dogging those UNC players who have the puck. He will not give up on you. He's like a dog. He's very loyal towards whoever has the puck.
Loyal in a bad way because they're on the opposite team.
Absolutely.
Loyal in a bad way for them, but he's always working hard. 45 seconds to go. Heels behind the net. Pass and cross. They don't get there. They're looking for a shot. Can't get it. Kristoff was down on the ice. Centering pass deflected out of there. Koeklenberg. Let's see if he can get it out of the zone. He can't. Heels keep it in. Koeklenberg out of position. O'Rourke knocks it away. What a defensive play. Tries to get it all the way around. Can't get it out. 24 seconds to go. 5-on-3. Shot here. Kicked aside by Joey Hall. That was Baglio. 18 seconds to go. Here come the Heels again. Shot blocked in front. Let's see if they can get it out. Kristoff does. The crowd appreciates it. They tried to get the team excited, and they did. 7 seconds to go. The 5-on-3.
Yeah.
11:50 to go in the penalty. They lose the puck again, and it's back out to center. And the State's going to have an opportunity one-on-one. Hudson lost the puck. Heels will cover it up. That ends the power play, so the Pack kill off the 5-on-3. 11.5 minutes to go. That's a killer for the Heels.
Yeah, Coach Jeff Wing, the defensive coach for NC State, needs to be very pleased that play by O'Rourke down at that end right there. That was a huge, crucial poke check. I really can't say much more about it. It's just NC State has done a great job with their defense tonight, only giving up 2 goals. They've been allowing Joey Hall to make easy stops tonight, and that's exactly what they need to be doing.
Opportunity there. Shot over the net. Hall was way out of there. Joey Hall was fired up as the puck goes all the way back down the end. I'm not sure if he was upset or excited.
I think excited. Joey Hall's a very passionate guy. Gets excited very easily. That was an amazing save with the glove. We're going to get a replay going on right here. I'm fairly certain. Let's look towards the Jumbotron here, the feed that we got here up at the PackTV press box. And here we go. Yeah, look at this. Baglio, what a tip there by O'Rourke to start off that sequence right there. With the shot from the point back in against Hall. Look at that glove.
That one wide.
Look at that glove
He tipped
there.
it with his glove. I think he was excited. The Heels, I believe this is going to be a Heels timeout. And so State kills it off. 11 minutes to go.
The Ice Pack take their timeout.
Oh, State calls probably because it was an icing and they needed a breath.
Yeah, State looked to be tired.
We're going to go live. Brett Galt. Brett, who do you have with you?
All right, thank you, Ethan. I'm here with a couple of Wolfpack students here. And how does this game here at PNC Arena, how exciting is this for you guys as students?
Honestly, man, it's great. Like, we can come support our team at our own home turf. We get to relax and watch a great game, 5-2. It's nothing better than beating the Tar Heels.
Hey, it's not often you get to come into a professional arena and kick some butt. So we're doing pretty good right now. It's real exciting to see.
Yeah, it's been awesome. I grew up coming to watch the basketball games, Carolina Hurricanes games. I've never seen my home team play here. It's been awesome, man.
It sounds like they're all enjoying it. Back to you, Ethan.
All right, thanks, Brett. Big opportunity missed by the Heels. Almost 2 full minutes of 5-on-3. State now the Heels are 1 for 6, 1 for 7 on the power play. State 0 for 4. So both teams have taken penalties. State's taken more of them. But they gave up that 1 goal, and they've been pretty solid on the penalty kill since then. So now they're going to look to keep them off the board for the next 11 minutes. And it's too early to take your foot off the gas if you're State. 1 or 2 more goals would be excellent if you're the Pack, and pretty much wrap this one up. Pass across Bieberdorf, nobody there. And as we head down the stretch of this game, we've talked about the ACCHL tournament. The Heels pretty much need to win the rest of their games. If I'm not mistaken, they're 1-4-1. So they've played 6 of their 9 games.
Actually, I had that written down.
Yeah. So they played 6 of their 9 games that go towards the tournament. And they are not in a good position. Open in front, rebound. Haruso keeps it out of the net. So the Heels are 1-4-1. This is State's 6th game in the ACCHL. Not in the ACCHL, but in the division.
Yeah, State is on a 2-game win streak.
So they're 6th out of 9th. And they're off to a nice start. So we'll see if they can finish this one off to make it 5-1. And we're not sure exactly if they clinch the spot in the playoffs. But we do know that a win and 1 more win, and they've got 3 more games left next semester in the division, that will clinch a spot.
Yeah, UNC's 3-2 in the past 5. As it looks right now, they're going to be 3-3 in the past 6 if they take the loss tonight.
So I know that State would love to keep the Heels out of the ACCHL tournament. And we'll see if they can get it done. State's got it in their hands, because if State beats the Heels twice here tonight and then in January, then the Heels won't be going to the tournament. Puck goes out of play, 9:45 to go. But, I mean, I've watched the ACCHL tournament for 2 years. State's made it to the championship game both times. And I cannot stress enough how important it is to get a good seed and a favorable first-round matchup. Because if you're a 3 or 4 seed or a 5 seed, you've really got to pour it out on Friday just to win that first game. But if you're the 1 or 2 seed and you're playing a 7 or 8 seeded team, then you're probably going to be set. And you can look to conserve energy second and third period. You've got to play 3 games in 3 days. That's exhausting. And so if you can get that favorable first-round matchup, that's how you get to the championship game and have enough gas left to finish it in the third period on Sunday in the championship game.
Yeah,
if you can get there, obviously.
February 16th through 18th is going to be an exciting weekend for Ice Pack hockey if they can make it.
Costigan looking for Johnston. So that's what's up for, I guess, up for play tonight, up for grabs. Is if you're State, it's seeding. If you're Heels, it's pretty much, your entire chance at the playoffs. Centering pass, nobody there. 9 minutes to go. So it's big for that reason. And so we'll see what happens here tonight, and then in the next, I'd say next month probably. Starting in January, they've got about a month of play left before the tournament. So it'll be big for State, and obviously they know what happened the last 2, 3, 4 years. And they'll look to put that behind them, and this team can win it. I know they can. I've seen the past 2 teams. This team has the ability to win it, and so we'll see if they can do it. But winning it starts now. Like I said, you got to get that good seeding. Banashevitz knocks that puck down. Ellis Rushford will take it behind the bench. Not much happening here the last couple minutes as we talk about seeding. But it is good to be able to talk about seeding right now if you're the Pack and you're not worried about just making the tournament, which the Heels are. 2-on-2 here. Jimenez and Todd are sneaking up on the opposite side. Jimenez hits the back of the net. Centering pass looking for Banashevitz. Couldn't get it to him. Heels get it out of the zone. Pass in front. Hall got a stick on it. Goes all the way through. Heels will look to take it in the corner. There's Banishevitz. He finds Jimenez. Jimenez lets it through his sticks. Long pass, Banishevitz. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you what. We see that 3 or 4 times a night. That long pass from Jimenez to Banishevitz. Looks for the centering pass. Banishevitz fires, whiffed. Here's Jimenez. Banishevitz is open in the middle of the ice if they can get it to him. Heel's got to keep an eye on him. Jimenez knocks the man down.
That was a big hit there by Jimenez, and in general, UNC has had more possession of the puck, but has not been finding anybody in front of the net. But what a move by Banishevitz.
Here comes Banishevitz. You know he'd love to score here to get his 100th goal. That shot's deflected.
But going back to what I was saying, UNC has the puck. When they pass it, there's no one there to receive the pass, and that's one of the most detrimental aspects of their game because there's no one there to get the pass, no one there to get the shot off in the first place.
State looking to set it up in the neutral zone. I'll tell you what, we've seen a lot of this second line. Bieberorf with a nice shot, saved by Haruso, under 7 minutes to go. I'll tell you what, I've said I'll tell you what a lot tonight. I just realized that. Should probably cut back on it, but tell you what, it's been a fun game, been a great event, and State looking to finish off the next 7 minutes in front of this home crowd. Supposed to be a neutral site, NC State. Donation, it was a suggested $5 donation at the door, and those donations went to NC State, so technically it's an NC State home game. Obviously it's in PNC Arena, but you know, we'll see.
Yeah, especially when, you know, sport isn't, you know, sponsored by a university. All the funds have to come from fundraisers and events like these, so it's promising to see that they're trying to make an effort any way possible to make sure they can keep playing, get ice time, and get jerseys.
So my point being, it's a pro NC State crowd. I call it the home crowd because it's in PNC and State's taking donations. We hope to have this game again in January, and I'm not sure if that's official yet or not. It may be. I have no idea, but if there is a game, the donations will go towards Chapel Hill. So technically they will be the home team. And but I mean, I can promise you the crowd will be exactly like it is tonight, 85% State fans.
Besides the goal by Lensmeyer, though, this has been a very slow-moving period, just very slow developing.
There hasn't been a lot going on the last 6 minutes or so. There's Bieberorf. He shoots it high. Tell you what, I'd love to see him get a goal. That shot is deflected. He's been injured a lot the last couple of years, and that stick breaks in half. Not sure whose stick that is. Looked like that was somebody for the Heels, maybe number 33. They don't have a number 33. State throws a water bottle on the ice. Somebody did it.
They're going to call a bench minor on that.
Well, they called a penalty before that. I couldn't tell what was happening.
I think what happened was Banishevitz had it. They're going to give him a penalty. I don't know if he got frustrated or if it slipped from his hands, but whatever that was.
He's talking to the official, so not sure if the penalty's on him or if there even is a penalty. Because the way it works in club sports is whenever the officials have a discussion, they always have a discussion with the team. Looks like Banishevitz is going to take a seat. So that cancels out what would have been NC State's power play.
Yeah, that was an interesting sequence of events right there for Sam Banishevitz. Still trying to find his goal for tonight with 5:24 left to go here. At most, he's going to have about 3 minutes left after this to try and make something happen. I don't know the actual probability of him scoring, but it's likely. But at the same time, NC State really needs to do well in this 4-on-4 here, or else they're going to be in trouble going forward.
4-on-4. Jesse Aney. I'm not sure if it's Annie or Aney. Takes a seat. So it'll be 4-on-4. 5:24 to go. State in control of this one. They've dominated the last 25 minutes.
Yeah, Joey Hall's helmet is actually a very interesting helmet designed by.
We talked about this the other night.
Yeah, NC State alum George Alves actually designed his helmet as well. So that's just a fun fact about that. He sounded the warning siren here tonight, a popular item for Hurricanes home games.
North Carolina Tar Heels penalty bench minor, too many men on the ice. Also North Carolina State Wolfpack penalty bench minor, unsportsmanlike conduct. Both penalties in 14:36.
So there's too many men on the ice for the Heels. So Aney serves that one. Here comes O'Rourke. Banishevitz got a too many unsportsmanlike, excuse me. I'm sure he's frustrated with himself and also with the way things have gone on the ice for him. Obviously, he's a team guy, and you know, he'll be thrilled with this result, but you know he wanted to get one here. And I'm sure, you know, sitting here, it's easy for us to say, but I'm sure he's thinking to himself, you know, I had 6 against Charlotte. Why couldn't I have 1 tonight? So, but we had him on our podcast last week, and, you know, even he said that's just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes it's just not your night, but it has been NC State's night. 4:45 to go, minute 15 on the 4-on-4. Got to give the band credit, the Chapel Hill band. They've been sticking it out. They're pretty loud right now. Of course, they're used to having to be excited when their team's losing after their football season so far this year. Shot goes wide. Heels will look to set it up. Shot saved by Hall.
You see what I didn't like what Jimenez did right there. He tried to be too fancy with the puck right there. I know there's only 4:12 left to go, but any attempt at being too fancy can cause a takeaway like that. They almost scored against Joey Hall. Well, they rushed the puck back in, rather. That was a scoring opportunity. They really need to simple down the game. There's 4:12 left. You guys are up 5-2. The Ice Pack really needs to just savor in the moment and take the win.
4 minutes to go. 40 seconds left on the penalties. I'll tell you what, this one, State tied it up at 2. Luis Jimenez did. And then they came back and got a shot there. Nice shot from Chris Wing, an extracurricular activity. Yeah, State doesn't retaliate. I think Chapel Hill, they have to be taking this penalty from what I saw.
Yeah, Lensmeyer got jabbed right there and punched in the head. The Lensmeyer will be going off. Let's watch the replay here. Okay, Lensmeyer took the extra shot right there at Haruso, but then he got punched and jabbed down.
Kristoff takes the seat too.
I don't know why Kristoff went off.
I have no idea. All right, I wish I could explain this one to you. I have no idea why State is sitting in the first place. Never mind why they have 2 guys.
Man, this is like somebody left out some milk and didn't clean it up. A sticky situation.
So we'll look to sort it out for you. Okay, I mean, I'm not a self-proclaimed hockey expert or anything like that, but it didn't even look like State took 1 penalty. The only thing I saw State do was Lensmeyer just, I don't know what you would call it, but he took a swipe at Haruso with his stick after he made the save. And I think he was just trying to knock it loose. I don't think it was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was intentional, but he wasn't trying to do anything dirty.
Yeah, Lensmeyer.
He was just trying to see if he could knock the puck loose and get a goal.
Hacking and whacking and jabbing at the puck, really what he was trying to do, and trying to knock it loose like you said. So, yeah, that was just a weird sequence of events right there. So now you have 3 NC State players in the box.
And then Lensmeyer got shoved down by one of the heels. So the Heels are going to take a timeout. We'll try to sort this one out. So I'm not really sure how State has 2 guys in the box after that, and the Heels have 1. But I'll tell you what, the way the officiating has gone tonight, doesn't really surprise me. It has seemed to be a pro-Tar Heel officiating crew. But State's up on the board, that's what counts. So I guess I still don't understand why Kristoff is in the box.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure either, but fans are slowly trickling out, but this has just been a great night for collegiate hockey in North Carolina. There's not much more you could really say about this. This is just a really great show out by both teams tonight, and it's just an amazing environment to be in here, especially for us on the media crew and all the players as well. This is one of the last, games that'll be this much, hype and excitement for Sam Benishevitz, Luis Jimenez, all the seniors on the NC State hockey team, and for future years to come. These past 2 backyard brawls have been exceptional in terms of raising awareness for collegiate hockey.
So it's going to be a 4-on-3 somehow. I still have no idea how. Shot there, they score. 3:40 to go. That's what they needed. That's actually a hat trick for Bogdash. Don't know his first name, but he has 3 goals on the night. So it's 5-3.
That was a nice shot. Popped the bottle against Joey Hall. Beat him fair and square, just over the glove. NC State will now gain a player back on the ice for the 4-on-4 here. That was just another weird sequence of events. Joey Hall, he couldn't really stop that. That was a nice shot. Let's take a look at the replay here.
That was a great shot.
Just above the face-off circle.
Not much Joey Hall can do there. So it's back to 4-on-4. I still don't know why Kristoff was in the box.
Joey Hall twisted to the right, but the puck went to his left. A little bit of a weird situation as to why he did that. He must have saw a puck go a certain way, tried to grab it with his glove, but that didn't seem to work out right there. But nonetheless, 5-3 now, NC State.
Now they're sorting things out. I'll be interested to hear the explanation for why State had 2 guys in the box.
Yeah, we'll talk about that with Coach Gazzillo following the game here, right here on PackTV.
So 4-on-4 hockey. It'll be 5-on-5 in 8 seconds. Another shot. Hall kicks that one wide. Alfonsetti tries to get it out, but can't. Banishevitz out of the box now, so back to 5-on-5. 1 minute and 30 seconds. Shot there from Hall, not save from Hall. Banishevitz and number 37. I'll tell you what, I'm pretty frustrated with this Tar Heels roster. There's at least 4 or 5 guys that have jersey numbers that we don't have.
I think it's incredible, though, that Jesse Aney is playing tonight. It's just incredible that UNC is so welcoming of everyone to play hockey, and there's nothing stopping these players from playing hockey in general. It's a sport for everybody. This is an amazing opportunity here for these players to get on the big stage, especially people like Jesse Aney. It's just incredible to see the amazing progression of this sport over time.
And she's a good player, too.
She is.
Centering pass in front. State's got to be careful. Heels actually have an extra man on. That shot goes wide. So the Heels have an empty net, down 2 with 3 minutes to go. Pass out there goes wide. Yeah, Jesse Aney belongs on the ice. There's no doubt about it. This one goes all the way down. It's going to be wide of the net and icing. 2:48 to go. 2:47 now. But yeah, I do agree with you. It's good to see her out there. They've had girls on their teams in the past, and it's not like, oh, this is a girl who came to try out, we have to give her a spot. They belong out there. And
absolutely.
So,
if you're good, you play. I mean, that should be the mantra of any team, quite honestly, because you're waiting for good players, you need good things to happen, and she is one of the best players for UNC out there right now.
So State's going to look for an empty net goal. There's Banishevitz. You know he wants it. He fired it at the net there, but it got blocked. There's Alfonsetti. He can't get to it. Battle along the boards. 2.5 minutes to go. Koeklenberg knocks the guy down. And another whistle. Wouldn't surprise me if this was a penalty on Koeklenberg the way things have gone tonight, but I don't think it is.
Not at this point, but with 2:23 left to go, like you said, Sammy Banishevitz looking for that final goal tonight, looking for a number 100. Let's see if he can get it. Right now he's off the ice. They're probably talking about getting the puck to him to make sure that he gets it, but nonetheless, NC State has done an incredible job of moving the puck into the zone and scoring and winning these corner battles without him and Jimenez with too much influence from them. So it's been a very good thing so far.
.223 to go. Only State's penalty is up there. There's 30 seconds left, so I'm not sure if State will have a power play after this or what. But we'll see what happens. That shot's blocked. Here come the Heels the other way. There's Bogdash. He's got the hat trick, loses the puck. Goes all the way back down. Icing again, 2:02. State's kind of on their heels. And sorry, I did not mean that pun.
Well, you know.
But it happens to the best of us. But for lack of a better word, State's on their heels. And if Chapel Hill can take advantage, they could make this thing really interesting here. So we'll see if they can do that.
Well, the strength of the Wolf is in the pack. This is a
State clears it down again. It's going to be no icing. Oh. They do call it.
Yeah, that puck looked like it was going to just float in right there, but it went just wide of that.
I didn't see any official who had their hands up, so that's why they did. I thought it wasn't going to be an icing. 1:56 to go. 2 icings in a row. We'll see if State can do something here. 6 seconds on the power play. There's Baglio behind the net, looking for a man. The penalty's over, and he's still in the box. So I guess it's a 5-minute major? I honestly have no idea, so I'll let you know what happens. 1:35 to go, pass in front of the net. Heels can't get it. Here's Merchant looking out to center ice, can't get there. He'll dump it in. State's not going to get the empty net goal here. There's Merchant. It's just tipped wide.
Well defended right there, and UNC at this point, it looks like unless something happens, they're going to lose this game. So right now they're trying to lose with a little bit of dignity, trying to make sure NC State doesn't make this a complete washout.
Well, it's been a pretty well played game. I keep going back to those 10 minutes in the second period. And that was the difference in the game. The Heels took a 2-1 lead. State came back with a quick goal, and then they got another goal that was lucky. You know, for all intents and purposes, it was a lucky goal, but they got it. And then State scored one more. And other than that, it's been an evenly played game. 40 seconds to go.
Slow moving it now is Ian Rourke here. The penalty kill tonight's been looking well. Got it to Jimenez, and Jimenez will go in.
He missed. Banashevitz wanted the puck. He'll get it now. He fires, and it's blocked. 25 seconds to go. He gets it back. Pass across O'Rourke's. State struggling to get it in the empty net. There's Banashevitz again. He'll keep it in. 15 seconds to go. As the Wolfpack chants were picking up a minute ago, Joey Hall skating around on the other end. 8 seconds. Here come the Heels. One more shot. Blocked. Into the corner. 3 seconds to go. And we've got some extracurricular activity.
What a way to end the backyard brawl. Joey Hall's helmet came flying off. All my friends I talked to before the game today, they were just like, oh, I'm not going to watch the hockey. I'm going to watch the fighting. So, you know what? It's a great game to cap off a lot of scoring and a lot of physicality.
Chapel Hill's been the instigating team. Somehow NC State has ended up with more guys in the box. Unfortunately, this won't matter, so Chapel Hill's going to get away with doing all this dirty work as Joey Hall fires up the crowd. Tell you what, he's a fiery guy, and you love it. I couldn't exactly see what happened
at this point.
To start that, his helmet got knocked off somehow. Rushford goes off. Don't think we'll see any Chapel Hill players. Oh, well, there goes one. He gets escorted off the ice to Booze, and he waves. He'll be taking a loss with him to the locker room.
Yeah, Rusher will go off. No handshakes for him.
There goes another one. There's Bogdash. He's got the hat trick.
What a game. What a game, Ethan.
Yeah, it's been a good game. Maybe I'm wrong, and I got to preface this by saying I may be wrong. But I don't really appreciate the way the Heels have handled themselves tonight. To me, every time we've had a skirmish, it looks like they've instigated it.
It's been frustration and overall fatigue from UNC in general, and that's what happens. When you are fatigued, you get a little bit more temperamental, a little bit more, you're able to express your feelings in a bit of an angry way, and UNC tonight has just lost their ability to control their discipline, and that doesn't matter much right now. UNC wasn't in a position to get into a playoff spot in the first place right there.
Oh, that's a cheap shot on Joey Hall. We just saw the replay. Yeah, there's no place for that. That was Peter Kelly. No place for that in hockey at all.
And
let's hope Joey Hall is okay. He seemed like it. He was very enthusiastic, but that was a shot to the head. Helmets can't protect everything. I was actually talking with my friend back at where I live. He plays hockey.
Peter Kelly's still on the ice for that cheap shot.
Right. But
so, you know,
he hit Joey Hall from the side of the helmet. Most of the protection comes from the front of the helmet. So the side of the helmet, you're more prone to get things like concussions and things like that. So let's hope Joey Hall will be okay in the long run, but that's just an interesting fact I learned the other night.
State's going to win this game. I'm not really sure if you're Chapel Hill what you walk out of this game with. Your season's basically over as the Wolfpack chants start to pick up. And State's going to win this one. It won't surprise me if they take the last 2 seconds off here and just call the game.
Waiting to watch Governor Cooper head down to the ice for the awarding of the Governor's Cup. Still sitting right there with 2 seconds left to go here. I think they will play out the final 2 seconds, but they're just still trying to figure out what's going on, in all honesty.
So State will win this one, improve to 5-1 in the ACC.
8-4-0 now.
Hayden Dewey goes off the ice. So I'm honestly not sure what the rules are. Apparently you can knock people in the head with cheap shots, which is exactly what Peter Kelly did to Joey Hall. So he's still on the ice, I believe. Or was that number 15? That may actually be 15. So Kelly, I really can't tell if that's a 5 or a 6 on the jersey. It's a 5. We're going to get the last face-off.
That's a 6.
It is a 6?
That was a 6. That was Chris Dalton.
No, I'm talking about 16.
Oh, 16.
Yeah. So I think he did actually get sent off, so that's my mistake. So State's going to win this one. Alfonsetti fires the last one. State wins the backyard brawl in the Governor's Cup. Huge win for the Pack. Improved to 5-1 in the ACC and get the big win here in PNC Arena. Now 2-0 in this stadium, or arena, I guess you'd call it. Zach, quick thoughts from tonight.
You know, NC State had a little bit of trouble from the get-go matching the tempo from UNC, but they came out in the end with amazing tempo, amazing speed, great skill all around, and they just did a fantastic job. And NC State really capitalized on their opportunities tonight and really did a good job.
So Governor Cooper is going to be here to hand out the Governor's Cup. Huh? So we're going to bring that to you here momentarily as the teams shake hands. I'll tell you what, they're doing the 3 stars of the game, so we're going to listen into that. Chris Wing got the 3rd star with 2 assists. Bogdash is going to get the 2nd star with a hat trick.
Eric Webb.
Yep, Eric Webb's going to get that 3rd star. 2 goals and an assist for Eric Webb. He's going to be our player of the game. So
we'll try to get him up here talking about his thoughts and things like that.
Yep, we sure will. After the trophy, the team salutes the crowd. I'll tell you what, the crowd helped out a lot tonight. And, you know, like I said, typical to see a State-Carolina game. State dominates in the crowd. And they dominated on the ice here. So State's 2-0 in the backyard brawl here in PNC Arena. As the teams stay out here. Most of the Chapel Hill players head to the locker room.
Governor Cooper walks to center ice. This is a proud moment for him. He's an amazing hockey fan, and this is just a great moment for him and a great moment for us here. I had the honor of having him on during the first period for just a short period of time, and it's always just such a great thing to have. And
it was an honor to meet him.
Absolutely.
You know, and have a conversation with him. So most of the Chapel Hill players head to the locker room. Sportsmanship isn't their finest trait. Their band's sticking it out, though. Got to give them credit. They've had to stick out a lot of games this year at the football stadium. So Sam Banishevitz accepts the Governor's Cup trophy from Governor Roy Cooper. Shows it off to his team. He didn't get the 100th goal, but the trophy's more important.
Like the Stanley Cup, Sam Banishevitz, just have it.
Roy Cooper's addressing the crowd now. He's a very engaging guy, too. All right, we're going to take a quick break now as Governor Cooper addresses the crowd. State 5, UNC 3 here at the Backyard Brawl here at PNC Arena. We'll be back with our postgame show.
Attention all virtual reality junkies. Your Dreamland opens this weekend in Carytown Center. VR Junkies takes the classic arcade to a whole new level, providing an experience like no other. Play tournaments on local and national levels. Plenty of games to choose from for all ages. You can walk in or reserve your spot online at vrjunkies.com/Raleigh. Now booking birthday, holiday, and corporate team building parties. Join us for grand opening specials all weekend. See you at VR Junkies in Carytown Center.
Back in PNC Arena, we apologize for the technical difficulties there. Ethan Berry and Zach Selwaye recapping a 5-3 NC State win. Not only did NC State win on the scoreboard, they were the classier team. They didn't respond to the cheap shots. UNC Chapel Hill, by my count, had more cheap shots than they did goals, so they can take that away from this game at least. But for you, what was the main reason that NC State won this game?
Their ability to keep up with the tempo, their ability to stay disciplined when they needed to be, and their ability to just be resilient. And that's a word that we haven't used a lot this season, is resilience. And they've been fighting through a lot, NC State. Coming back, they had a really long game against Wilmington, only had about a day to recover, actually. And now they're back here playing the Governor's Cup here today. They did an outstanding job, but the thing is the depth stepped up. Luis Jimenez and Sam Banishevitz, that duo had 1 goal. The depth had 4 goals today. And that's just, we can't stop talking about that, because the ability of the depth to be able to score. Eric Webb had 2 goals, beautiful positioning to get the tip shots. Ellis Rusher with the beautiful shots in general. It was just a complete team effort tonight from NC State, something that we haven't seen a lot this season.
Yeah, I agree. One thing I wanted to point out was on that last sequence there at the end with 2 seconds left. I think there was some talk about whether or not Joey Hall was faking it. I can assure you he wasn't faking it. The replay we saw, they're lucky he didn't get seriously hurt. So Joey Hall was absolutely not faking that. But for me, I agree with you. The depth was huge coming back. The resilience after going down 2-1, after you outplay the team, I think that was all huge. And, huge win for the Pack. I keep saying the word huge. So I'll look to expand my vocabulary as we move on here. But, there's not much else to say. State played great. They got off to a bad start. They came back. Same thing we saw against Wilmington. The resiliency, scoring a goal late, and then obviously the huge stretch here today. One guy, obviously Eric Webb, had the huge game. Who's another guy who maybe we didn't see on the score sheet but had a big game for the Pack?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Sam Banishevitz. And for the first time in a while, he wasn't on the score sheet. He did have an assist, in fairness, but he didn't get a goal tonight. But I do want to give a lot of kudos to him, because he's able to be a leader on the ice night in and night off. He's the guy who was talking to the team in the locker room on the ice, did an incredible job of being a great leader, and sparked a lot of plays. May not have capitalized on them, but definitely was a guy that was able to keep this team going through some difficult spots.
And I think another thing you pointed out was the discipline. State took a lot of penalties, but the one thing they didn't do was they didn't respond to the cheap shots. They got called for the penalties, but they didn't retaliate. And so somehow they got called for penalties. I don't really know how, but either way, I think Coach Gazzillo can be proud of his team and not responding to what the Tar Heels were trying to instigate. Anything to add on that?
Not much, Ethan. We covered it all. NC State played a fantastic game. There was a really nice crowd here today. Good, it was a great show out from the band and the fans, and there's not really much else to say. It was just a very good game, and it was a really good opportunity to be here tonight.
Yeah, it was. I'll second that. We'll be back here momentarily, hopefully, with our player of the game, Eric Webb, or Coach Mike Gazzillo and his thoughts. State wins this one 5-3. The Backyard Brawl, the Governor's Cup, is in Raleigh for now. We'll be back here on PackTV.
What an evening here for NC State hockey as they defeat the UNC Tar Heels 5-3. Zach Selwaye alongside the man himself, Coach Mike Gazzillo. Coach, how you doing tonight?
Doing well, thank you.
So, Coach, tonight was a huge blowout over the UNC Tar Heels. This was a game with a lot of hype coming in. How'd you guys do it tonight? What was the message for the team for the entire night?
I mean, we wanted to get a quicker start than we got, actually. But, you know, I think there's a little bit of jitters. You know, we got 11 new guys that didn't have the opportunity to do this last year. So in between periods, you know, it wasn't a bad period. And then we got progressively better. And we had a really good second half to the second period. And then between periods, we just said third period's got to be a continuation of it. And the guys are in all good spirits. You know, they knew UNC was going to be tough to play. They knew UNC needed the points to try to make it to the end of season tournament, and so it wasn't just another game. There was a lot on the line.
They came out flying, the UNC Tar Heels, in the beginning. The tempo was a little bit unmatched. It was slow developing in general. So talking about tempo, especially coming off that beautiful win on Saturday against UNC Wilmington, how did your team do tempo-wise tonight, in your personal opinion?
Honestly, I think we eased into it a little bit, but I mean, other than that, we had good flow. We had 4 lines working. You know, we got goals from the 4th line guys, which is great. You know, it's good when you get scoring from other than your top guys. You know, and I just kept encouraging them to get pucks to the net, You know, and I think they did it. I didn't get the shot count, but I was happy with the way they handled that.
Yeah, for the first time in forever, we can say that Sam Benishevitz did not get a goal tonight. But it's definitely very promising to note that our depth is so outstanding here with this NC State hockey team. But Eric Webb, two beautiful tip shots right there, and beautiful job from Ellis Rushford as well. Can kind of speak on the positioning aspect that you guys have been working on over the course of this season.
I mean, I've been telling Webby to just, you know, shoot more, you know, get more into play, and, you know, get himself in front and shoot more, and, you know, don't worry about, you know, if I think you're a puck hog, I'll let you know. Other than that, I just want you to take more chances. And he put himself in good spots, and, you know, he had a great game. I was very happy with him.
Now, Coach, we need to talk about this backyard brawl and the event in general. It was an amazing, outstanding atmosphere for the fans, for the band, everyone who was involved in this in general, and it raised a lot of awareness for NC State hockey. Coach, this was your second backyard brawl. How did you enjoy it?
I know it's always a little different when you're standing on the bench and, you know, you don't really get to sit back and watch it. You know, I will be able to do that when I watch the, you know, the broadcast. But, you know, yeah, I mean, it was fun. Like I said, just seeing the enthusiasm in the guys and, you know, listening to them and, you know, knowing they wanted it and stuff like that. You know, it's you look up, you see the crowd. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? It's all about the fans that come out to this game, right? And, you know, we play them twice a year anyway, but when you get to do it in this venue. So, you know, like I said, you have the band, and it was just a lot of excitement. Wade does a great job, you know, with the PA, and yeah, it was a good night.
They'll be looking for revenge in January, as we will hopefully get another backyard brawl with UNC being the home team. So what will be your message for the team, as UNC will obviously be looking for some revenge?
Pick up where you left off.
Absolutely, Coach. Now, Coach, thank you for joining us here today. If you want to hear more about the NC State Ice Pack hockey team, we will be having Over the Boards next Monday at Moe's Cameron Village at 6 p.m. It'll be between me and Coach Gazzillo. You'll learn a lot about NC State hockey, so hope you can make it out. It'll be a very exciting time, a lot to talk about, of course, with this event, and, of course, everything that's been leading into the end of this semester. So for PackTV, I'm Zach Soleil. Ethan Barry will be right back alongside our player of the game, Eric Webb.
Attention all virtual reality junkies. Your Dreamland opens this weekend in Carytown Center. VR Junkies takes the classic arcade to a whole new level, providing an experience like no other. Play tournaments on local and national levels, plenty of games to choose from for all ages. You can walk in or reserve your spot online at vrjunkies.com/Raleigh. Now booking birthday, holiday, and corporate team building parties. Join us for grand opening specials all weekend. See you at VR Junkies in Carytown Center.
Ethan Barry back here to wrap things up with Eric Webb, our player of the game. Eric, 2 goals and an assist in a game like this. I mean, it's pretty awesome. I mean, what did you see on those plays, and how were you able to put the puck in the back of the net?
Just stuff I've been doing all year. I've really struggled the last several years with penalty minutes and things like that and staying out of the box, but recently I've kind of changed my game and tried to just focus on putting the puck in the back of the net and scoring. And just tonight, it was just a simple play like that one where it's just a tip. Just stand in front of the goalie's screen, look for tips, look for rebounds. The first goal, just saw Johnston coming on the wing, and so I just tried to give him a good pass, and just got lucky there. Went off the defender's skate and into the net, so I'll definitely take it any way I can, especially in a game like this.
Yeah, exactly. And one thing I wanted to point out is, as an attendee of NC State and obviously as a fan of football, basketball, and all the other sports, I'm always proud of the university. You guys made me very proud tonight with how you handled yourselves on the ice. especially responding to how they handled themselves. I mean, how are you guys able to keep your cool on the ice tonight?
Coach instills in us like a lot of the general discipline, and I mean all these guys, they've been playing hockey for at least 15 years, most of them, so they understand what's right and what's wrong. Obviously, in a play like that at the end of the game, when your goalie gets hit in the head like that, and one of your guys has got 3 guys on him, of course you got to do something like that. But the guys stay really composed, and a lot of them have been here. Our team's really old. There's a lot of graduating seniors this year, so a lot of these guys have been there before, and so they kind of understand what to do in those kind of situations.
Yeah, you definitely handled yourselves well. Final thing before we let you go, the crowd tonight. You were here last year. Yeah. I mean, obviously a great crowd again. What did you see? How were you guys able to feed off of it?
We just try to get the puck in early. Just try to get pucks deep. Obviously, don't play to the crowd. Don't go for the big hits. Look for get pucks to the net. Stay out of the box. Just do some of the simple things. Definitely had a stretch there in the second period where we definitely turned it up after those couple goals, and that definitely energized the crowd. So I couldn't have been more prouder of my guys, and so definitely good effort tonight.
Yeah, I couldn't be prouder of you guys either, representing the university as you did, and obviously coming out with the win. That'll do it for us here at PackTV, PNC Arena. We want to thank you for tuning in. NC State defeats the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill by a final score of 5-3. Thank you for listening. We'll be back in January for the second semester.